Chapter 611. Thousands of instructors had all achieved middle ranks. This was an unimaginable achievement. Everyone's cheers rose and fell. As for Fong Ping, he was also full of smiles. MCMAU's growth to this stage was not due to his own efforts. However, Fong Ping would not deny his own contributions. Seeing the growth of these instructors, he felt as if his own children had grown up. Although these children were very right, old enough to be his grandparents, who cared about age. Below the arena, the clamor continued. Fong Ping coughed softly and said, "Instructors, please calm down. The instructors have entered the middle ranks era. This is a joyous event and worth celebrating." However, the instructors in the arena quieted down instantly. Actually, before this meeting was held, everyone had already made preparations. In the crowd, Luo Ichuan said in a low voice, "Are we starting a decisive battle with Skygate City? If so, then I have no objections. Let's fight. Let's fight. We must fight. A 60-year blood feud. Everyone here has teachers, classmates, students, and loved ones who died at the hands of Skygate City. The executioners want to leave. It won't be that easy. I heard they want to retreat to the back of Monster Sunflower City to recuperate. We can't tolerate this. Fight. Fight. Fight." First it was discussion, and then it became a chorus of shouting. Fight. The crowd was roused. If it was mentioned among the students, it might not resonate with them. However, most of these thousands of instructors had fought in the catacombs for decades, especially in Skygate City. It was a blood feud that they could not forget. Everyone in MCMAU was also stained with the blood of Skygate City's people. Similarly, Skygate City had killed countless people. Their hands were also stained with the blood of their loved ones and friends. This hatred was hard to forget. Martial arts universities do not avoid war, do not fear war, we must fight. Old Master Sugucheng roared. Instructors who are unwilling to fight, you can choose not to. We won't force it. However, old bones like us will definitely fight. In my life, I have taken in 32 students. 23 of them died at the hands of Skygate City. My good friends, my wife, all died at the hands of Skygate City. Blood feud. I thought I would die of old age on my sickbed with my remains. Now, since there's a chance, even if I die, I'll bite off a piece of their flesh to comfort the souls of those who died in battle. We can't let the executioner leave just like that. Fight. Fong Ping did not say anything. These excited instructors' blood was boiling, their fighting spirit overflowing. Even some of the younger instructors clenched their fists and roared for battle. Over the past 60 years, aside from the military department, Magic City Martial Arts University had the most martial artists who had died in battle. The military was made up of martial artists from the military. Moreover, they were constantly redeploying their forces. Other than the ones currently stationed here, the martial artist who had died in the previous battle might not still have his comrades in Shanghai. However, MCMAU was different. Almost all of MCMAU's instructors had taken root in MCMAU. In terms of hatred, no one hated Skygate City more than MCMAU. Down below, even Qin Fengqin, who was usually too lazy to get involved in these matters, was flushed at this moment. He shouted, "Those who are not willing to fight, just stay in school. Those who are willing to fight, go to the catacombs. We're all martial artists. What's with all this nonsense?" Many people turned to look at him. This kid had just become an instructor, and he dared to look down on them. Someone snorted, "You better not go, kid. Don't follow in your father's footsteps. Leave a seed for the Qin family." What me? When your father was still alive, I've already persuaded him. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here anymore. How dare you yell at me? Qin Fengqin looked embarrassed. What did he mean? Was it you who persuaded my father to give birth to me? All right, the possibility was not small. He knew the person who spoke. He was also a martial artist from the old vice-chancellor's generation. He was very old. The probability of him persuading his father was not low. On the stage, Fang Ping saw this scene and looked at Wu Quishan and the others. Wu Quishan said slowly, "If that's the case, then let's vote now." Martial artists should follow their hearts and not be disturbed by others. To fight or not to fight, everyone has their own ideas. Looking at the big picture, fighting now may not be beneficial to MCMAU. Not willing to fight does not mean that we are timid or afraid to fight. There are no cowards among us MCMAU instructors and students. The decisive battle this time was a little rushed and abrupt because of Sky Gate City's evacuation. Otherwise, we could continue waiting. We want revenge and are not in a hurry. But now we can't wait anymore. That's why we have this meeting. Everyone, let's vote. Those who agree to fight, raise your hand. Whoosh! The simultaneous action of raising their hands brought a gust of wind. 1,033 people, other than Fang Ping and the others. At this moment, almost 1,000 people had raised their hands. Some did not raise their hands, but the number was very small. Martial artists had strong willpower and were rarely affected by others. At this moment, among the people who did not raise their hands, someone said slowly, "I don't have any objections to fighting. But I think that MCMU still needs to keep some foundation. Among the instructors, at least 200 people must stay behind to wait for the follow-up. If the whole school fights, then MCMAU's foundation will be completely broken. I even suggest that we keep a grandmaster." Fang Ping, "You're still young." Fang Ping smiled. "Instructor, my combat strength is strong. It won't do if I don't fight. But what you said makes sense. We need a group of people to stay behind." Also, among the high ranks, Fang Ping looked around at the few people. Huang Jing saw Fang Ping looking at him and smiled, shaking his head. "If the high ranks want to stay, then you'll stay. If you don't, then all of you can go." But Huang Jing also looked at the others and finally fixed his gaze on Chen Zhenhua. He said slowly, "Dean Chun, you stay." "Vice-Chancellor Huang, you're about to achieve mentality-vitality fusion. Besides, you've been in MCMAU for a long time. You know everything about MCMU very well. After a few years, you should be able to step into the high ranks. If you stay, our combat strength won't suffer too much. It can also be considered as keeping MCMAU's foundation." Chen Zhenhua looked unwilling. Although he was not young anymore, at this moment, his face was still flushed. After a long time, Chen Zhenhua said in a low voice, "All right, I'll stay." In the end, among the thousands of instructors, 120 people stayed. There were young people, middle-aged people, and old people. These people all looked unwilling, but they understood that staying behind might have a heavier responsibility than fighting. If MCMU suffered heavy losses in this battle, these people would be the foundation to lead MCMAU to rise again. After confirming the people who would fight and the people who would stay behind, Fang Ping suddenly laughed. "Since we're letting everyone fight, then we won't fight a battle without preparation. Heavy casualties are not my style. I hope everyone can return safely." Of course, this is not something that can be said casually. Right now, there are still thousands of middle-ranked martial artists in Skygate City and close to 10,000 low-ranked martial artists. When martial artists fight, accidents happen everywhere. How can it be, as I wish, that everyone will come back alive without any injuries? As soon as he finished speaking, a large number of energy crystals suddenly appeared in front of Fang Ping out of thin air. Everyone looked at him. Strangely, this thing's energy had been depleted. What was he taking these out for? In the next moment, something even more surprising happened. Fong Ping suddenly hammered himself, causing blood to spurt out of his mouth, and his golden body to crack. Fong Ping. Wu Quishan was shocked. This kid, what was he going to do? Soon, everyone understood. Suddenly, a large amount of imperishable matter surged out of Fong Ping's body. Fong Ping let out a low growl. The imperishable matter flowed into the empty energy crystals. Meanwhile, Fong Ping was still inventing on his own. Resurrected martial artist. Wu Quishan's expression was complicated. Fong Ping actually chose to create himself, producing imperishable matter and integrating it into the energy crystals. Was he giving everyone a last resort? However, soon Wu Quishan was shocked. Fong Ping's imperishable substance was getting more and more. Fong Ping himself was also constantly creating himself. When resurrected martial artists were injured, they would produce imperishable matter. Many people knew this now. However, the imperishable matter of resurrected martial artists was also limited. According to a certain fatty in Star Town, the imperishable matter of resurrected martial artists was, in fact, comparable to about half of a typical rank 8 martial artist. Once it was depleted, it would be gone. And now, how much did Fong Ping release? There seemed to be no unit of measurement for imperishable matter. No one had ever calculated it. However, rank 8 and rank 9 martial artists still had an idea. The imperishable matter that Fong Ping released had now exceeded the imperishable matter of rank 9 martial artists. No, not just one rank 9, absolute peak. Could it be, at this moment, the Grandmaster's expressions changed again and again? Could this person, before resurrection, be a desperate realm powerhouse? Even so, under normal circumstances, it was difficult to preserve so much imperishable matter. What was Fong Ping's ability before resurrection? Off stage, Qin Fengqing's face was also blank. This guy, could it be that he was really above the absolute peak? Otherwise, how could he have so much imperishable matter? He did not really believe some of the things that Fong Ping said before. However, at this moment, Qin Fengqing felt that he was about to fall above the absolute peak. If not for the resurrection of such a powerhouse, how could he have so much imperishable matter? With Fong Ping's personality, he would definitely not exhaust everything. This meant that he actually still had a lot. Beside him, Li Hansong also looked excited and worried. He was excited because everything that Fong Ping was doing now proved everything that he said. He was really a powerhouse above the absolute peak. At least he could not do this. Even if he beat himself to death, he could not do it, and he could not release so much imperishable matter. But Fong Ping did it. What worried him was that if he consumed so much, would it have a significant impact on Fong Ping? The reason why resurrected martial artists could improve so quickly was actually closely related to the imperishable matter. They were reviving when they were injured. They could use the imperishable matter to heal, strengthen their flesh, strengthen their bones, strengthen their mentality. Usually, people like Old Wang would also use self-invented methods to revive the imperishable matter and strengthen their cultivation. Fong Ping's rapid progress might also be related to these imperishable matter. Now, in order to leave behind life-saving means for the people of MCMAU, would it hurt Fong Ping too much? Would his future progress be affected? If he used up all the imperishable matter, could he still recover the strength of his past life? Li Hansong's face was full of worry. The instructors below the stage also had complicated expressions. Someone said in a low voice, "Fong Ping, that's enough. Stop. Even if all of us die in the catacombs, it's not as important as a powerhouse who has the potential to achieve rank 9 and above. Fong Ping, don't continue. At this moment, everyone's feelings were extremely complicated. Initially, when Fong Ping said he wanted to fight, everyone had no objections. However, when Fong Ping focused on leading this battle, everyone felt that it was still somewhat inappropriate. Wu Quishan was more suitable, but now Fong Ping had sacrificed so much. What was it for? Was it for him? He had so much imperishable matter on him. Perhaps he could achieve rank 8 very soon, or even rank 9. Even if he really conquered Skygate City and killed those people, what did it have to do with him? Fong Ping and Skygate City did not have a deep hatred. Even if he did not fight, no one could say anything. But now, everyone's feelings were too complicated. So complicated that even when they saw those energy crystals turning golden, they did not feel excited. That was a good, life-saving item. This kind of energy crystal filled with imperishable matter was equivalent to having an extra life when it was heavily injured. Fong Ping said he did not want them to die. This was the biggest guarantee. If these energy crystals were given to a rank 8 powerhouse, it might allow that rank 8 to take a step forward. But now, they were actually given to some middle-ranked martial artists to save their lives. What a waste! It was not worth it. On the stage, Fong Ping had already vomited 3 liters of blood. He cursed in his heart for a while. Acting was so tiring, so painful. But this thing couldn't just appear out of nowhere. Previously, it was fine if there was a small amount, but if there were too many, it would be too eye-catching. Now it was fine. In front of everyone, this resurrected martial artist had severely injured himself, giving birth to imperishable matter. This could only prove that he was a top-notch powerhouse in his past life, and had accumulated a lot of imperishable matter. I really didn't do this to win people's hearts. I just wanted to make everything more normal. I had to vomit blood. I hammered myself until my golden body was about to explode. Did you think it was easy for me? I did it so that all of you could survive. I'm too soft-hearted. Fong Ping's heart was also filled with emotions. Fong Ping, was truly dedicated to MCMAU. Who could understand my pain? It was indeed very painful. The physical pain was nothing. The key was that it consumed a lot of wealth. 1 strand of imperishable matter was 1,000 wealth points. He had done experiments before. If he wanted a middle-ranked martial artist to recover from a serious injury, he would need at least 10 strands. That would be 10,000 wealth points. There were thousands of middle-ranked instructors on the field, and more than 900 people who participated. There were also students. There were already about 400 middle-ranked students in the university. Rank 3 students. He had to give some at least 2,000 energy crystals filled with 10 strands of imperishable matter. That would be 20,000 strands, 20 million wealth points. I haven't accumulated much wealth points until now. I've spent so much in one go. Fong Ping's heart ached to the extreme. His face turned even paler. Beside him, Huang Jing looked like he was struggling. He said in a low voice, "It's enough." Fong Ping was willing to create himself just to save everyone's lives. This was admirable and touching. However, the impact of him creating himself was probably huge. On one hand, there were thousands of instructors and students in the university. On the other hand, there was Fong Ping's future. In the long run, perhaps Fong Ping's future was more important than these people's lives. Now, he had used up so much imperishable matter. What would Fong Ping do in the future? Could he still improve quickly when he reached rank 8? Fong Ping continued to produce imperishable matter while laughing. "It's nothing. I'm not a good person. I treat people the same way they treat me. When I entered MCMAU, when I was weak, I remember how the instructors treated me. When I was rank 1, my vitality could recover limitlessly. No one asked me, no one looked for me, no one investigated me. I know why. When I first went to the catacombs, the dean protected me secretly, although I lost myself. I remember this favor. On New Year's Eve, the instructors traveled thousands of miles to rescue me overnight. This is a favor. In the Magic City catacombs, I caused a huge disaster. The vice-chancellor stepped forward bravely and said, "He took it all." This favor, I remember it too. In life, we seek peace of mind. We seek that you treat me well, and I treat you well. I'm a student who can cause trouble. When I cause trouble, someone walks on the path of 10,000 unification. What's the big deal about the imperishable matter? If it's gone, I'll cultivate it again. No matter how important the imperishable matter is, it's not as important as one's life. I hope this time, everyone can return safely and advance further. As soon as he finished speaking, Fong Ping vomited blood again. Acting was so tiring. He did not want to act every time, but this damned reality forced him to act. He could not possibly produce so much imperishable matter for no reason. Beside him, Wu Quishan was already stunned. The imperishable matter that Fong Ping had produced after consuming 20 million wealth points was really comparable to the peak. In other words, the imperishable matter that a desperate realm powerhouse could contain was only this much. If converted into money, that would be 200 billion. Of course, they could cultivate it again after consuming it. However, Fong Ping did not have this ability. What he consumed was his foundation, his accumulation. A person who was resurrected from the dead actually produced imperishable matter that was comparable to the peak. This, in Fong Ping's past life, his strength might not only be at the peak. How could this be? Wu Quishan's shot could not be any greater. Could it be that this kid could recover his strength from his past life? What was his strength in his past life? Was there such a realm above the peak? The level of the catacombs, 2 kings? Moreover, it seemed that Fong Ping still had it. Wu Quishan was confused. Beside him, Lu Fengru could not help but murmur, "What kind of student did I take in? In the past, everyone did not know that Fong Ping could produce imperishable matter. Last time, Fong Ping also said that the life gate gave him feedback. This time, under everyone's watchful eyes, Fong Ping self-created and produced a large amount of imperishable matter. His identity as a resurrected martial artist was completely confirmed this time. Not only resurrected martial artists, he was also one of the top powerhouses. Compared to him, what were the resurrected martial artists in Star Town? If their imperishable matter was converted into Fong Ping's wealth points, would it be 2 million points? Although everyone was not too sure, they knew that it was impossible for it to be more than Fong Ping. MCMAU's blessing. The rank, 9, Wu Quishan said softly. His own strength was nothing. What was rare was that Fong Ping actually selflessly contributed to everyone. At this moment, everyone was silent. Even Qin Fengqing, who did not believe in Fong Ping, scratched his head. Was Fong Ping really the Heavenly Emperor? All right, he believed it a little bit. P.S. Late update, sorry again. Recently I've been crashing. My weak period is here. Allow me to soften for a few days. I will definitely recover. Chapter 6:12. In the auditorium. Very quickly, Fong Ping returned to normal. The energy crystals in front of him also flew toward the instructors. Fong Ping smiled. 1 for each. I hope the instructors won't use it to heal their injuries. I hope everyone will use it to improve their strength after the big battle. The imperishable substance was more useful than life essence. Fong Ping said, will hold a student meeting tomorrow, led by the Martial Arts Society. No matter what the students think or how they choose, since the instructors have decided, from now on, MCMAU will enter combat readiness. August 15th, enter Magic City's catacombs. Strive to conquer Skygate City in half a month and return to MCMAU before school starts. New students will enter the school, and MCMAU will conquer Skygate City. This is the best way to welcome the new students. Victory! Everyone roared and ran in all directions. Some went home to say goodbye. Some made final preparations before the big battle. Some prepared to go out for a few days. Who knew if they could come back after leaving this time? After they left, Fang Ping also breathed a sigh of relief. Seeing the grandmasters looking at him, Fang Ping smiled. I'm fine. Oh, right. Everyone has one golden body pill each. Same for the resurrection pill. Give the extra resurrection pill to Yao Chungjun. This time, he'll come to help. For rank 7, I'm only going to let Yao Chungjun help. For rank 8, Vice Chancellor, who do you think is suitable? Having more people might not be a good thing. If you have more people on your side, the other side will have more people. This is the catacombs. If you have 5 rank 7s on your side, the other side may have 8. If you have 6, the other side may have 10. Therefore, if it is not necessary, there is no need to have too many people. However, for rank 8, it is still necessary to invite someone to help. However, in this kind of big battle, the possibility of death is not a small matter. After hearing Fang Ping's words, Wu Quishan thought for a while and said, "This time, we're risking our lives to help. It's fine if we don't have a good relationship or a family member. If General Tian hasn't broken through, he can actually be a member of the support team." Fang Ping thought for a while and said, "How about Minister Wang?" Wu Quishan laughed and said softly, "Don't invite people randomly. They won't be able to refuse. If they come reluctantly, it will hurt their relationship. We'll see. If it doesn't work, then we won't invite people to help. This is MCMAU's business." Fang Ping nodded and said no more. Beside him, Tang Feng said, "The military will send a team of 100 people tomorrow. If the students participate, they will cooperate with the Combat Finger College to give them some guidance." "Okay, I got it." Fang Ping looked at the remaining thousands of energy crystals in his hand. After some thought, he stored all these energy crystals into the storage jade pendant and passed them to Huang Jing. "Vice Chancellor, please help me distribute these to the students. Other than that, for this trip to the catacombs, some of the university's important resources would be brought along as well. As for the rest of the life essence and whatnot, he kept them in his storage jade pendant. At critical moments, you will be responsible for distributing these resources. Then I also have a storage ring. This was actually obtained in the king's battlefield. I've already obtained one before. This space isn't big, and I don't have many things with me." Huang Jing nodded and didn't say anything else. As for why he did not give them to Wu Quishan, that was because old Wu was the main force in this battle and was under a lot of pressure. He might not have the time to distribute them. Teachers, please prepare yourselves and adjust yourselves. As soon as he finished speaking, a few golden balls floated in Fang Ping's hand. The golden balls were not big, only the size of ping-pong balls. They landed in everyone's hands. Wu Quishan frowned slightly. Fang Ping smiled and said, "At critical moments, we'll play dirty. The vitality recovery pill combined with these imperishable substances can restore us to our peak in an instant, which is equivalent to a full HP resurrection. If we fight, then we must win. Not only must we win, but we must win beautifully. It's not easy for MCMAU to gather a few grandmasters. I don't want to lose people because of this battle. If we are really short of people, what if the number of grandmasters is not in the double digits when I become the vice-chancellor? Wu Quishan glanced at him and shook his head, too lazy to say anything else. Looking at the golden ball-like imperishable substances in his hands, Wu Quishan sighed softly in his heart. It did not look big, but there was so much imperishable substances. Just the few of them had obtained would probably be equivalent to Fang Ping's total consumption. On top of the peak, it was confirmed. The few of them had an idea in their hearts and did not say anything more. Very soon, the few of them left and began to prepare. As for Fang Ping, he took a look at his wealth consumption. This time, he really felt a pinch. Wealth, 85 million points vitality, 16,000 calories, 16,609 calories. Mentality, 2,000 hertz, 2,107 hertz. Destruction power. Bone honing, 177 bones, 100%, 29 bones, 90%, storage space, 100 cubic meters, plus energy shield, 1 point/minute, plus aura simulation, 10 points/minute, plus. What a huge loss. This time, he had spent close to 40 million wealth. Half of it was given to the instructors and students, and the other half to the grandmasters. The golden ball in each grandmaster's hands was equivalent to all the imperishable substances of a rank 8 powerhouse. Old Wu had more. After all, he was strong. If he wanted to recover, the consumption would be even greater. Old man, Li had a lot too. He still had some life essence in his hands, which would probably be used up this time. Hopefully, it would be enough. Otherwise, Fang Ping would have to think of something in the later stages. It dropped below 100 million in an instant. Fang Ping sighed in his heart. He hoped that there would be some gains this time. If he really annihilated Sky Gate City, he did not know how much he would gain. When that time came, he would have to settle the accounts. MCMAU's was MCMAU's. His was his. Everything that needs to be prepared has been prepared. Everything that needs to be given has been given. If there are still a lot of casualties, then there's nothing we can do. On August 9th, the Martial Arts Society held a full member meeting. Fang Ping did not attend. Qin Yunxi led the meeting. There were 650 members in the Martial Arts Society. When it came to voting, 580 voted in favor, 60 opposed, and the rest abstained. With a high number of votes in favor, all the middle-ranked MCMU students participated in the frontline fight. The rank 3 martial artists were in charge of the front line. The rank 2 martial artists retreated to Hope City and were responsible for treating the wounded and transporting supplies. As for the rank 1 martial artists, it was decided that they would not participate in this battle. It was not even necessary for them to assist in defense. Rank 1 martial artists were still too weak. If they encountered trouble, they would be annihilated in an instant. At the same time, a 100-man team from the military department, led by Fang Ping's acquaintance, Du Hong, arrived for pre-battle guidance. Du Hong. This time, he would cooperate with a few MCMAU rank 6 martial artists in a complicated team battle. His participation in this battle with mentality-vitality fusion was not considered eye-catching. If he was not a high-ranked martial artist, he would not be noticed by the catacombs powerhouses. MCMAU entered a state of preparation for battle. The production line in the school worked overtime to produce pills and weapons. Large amounts of pills and weapons were distributed for free. As for Fang Ping, he studied the 10,000 instructor Fang Ping technique while negotiating with the people from the military department and the education department. On the 12th of August, Fang Ping entered the Magic City catacombs in advance. Hope City. Many powerhouses had gathered there. Tianmu was now the person in charge of this place. When Fang Ping entered, Tianmu was already waiting outside the passageway. It was not to receive Fang Ping, but to save time. As soon as Fang Ping came out, Tianmu went straight to the point. Where did MCMAU choose to station? Fang Ping was still quite familiar with the terrain of the Magic City catacombs. Hope City was in the south. Skygate City was less than 100 miles north. Monster Phoenix City was in the northwest, and Monster Sunflower City was in the northeast. These three catacombs cities formed a triangle with Skygate City protruding at the forefront. As Fang Ping walked toward the northern city wall, he asked, "Has the Jiao's forest expanded recently?" Speaking of this, Tianmu's thoughts were rather complicated. After a while, Tianmu said helplessly and amusedly, "It has." Now, 50 meters outside the southern city gate of Skygate City is the territory of the Jiao's forest. On our side, the Jiao's forest hasn't expanded much. It's still about 30 miles away from us. Now, Skygate City is relocating through the eastern gate instead of the southern gate. The Skygate City Lord has left, and he doesn't want to care about it anymore. Has the mineral vein been relocated? Speaking of this, Fang Ping asked curiously, how would such a huge mineral vein be relocated? Take its core and abandon the peripheral areas. Tianmu explained quickly, take the core area away. With the strength of the Skygate City Lord and the Skygate tree, it's enough to divide the mineral vein, relocate it, and replant it under the new city. In fact, they've already started dividing it recently. Beside him, Magic City Catacombs Military Department General Su Mafu said, "Actually, a few days ago, there was some movement in Skygate City. I'm afraid the Skygate City Lord is preparing to relocate the mineral vein. In the end, the Jiao seemed unwilling and attacked him halfway, forcing him to retreat to the city." "No way." Fang Ping was shocked. "The Jiao is only a rank 8. How can it be a match for 2 rank 9s? Tianmu laughed. "Of course it's not a match, but the mineral vein is huge. Even if 2 rank 9s work together to relocate it, they'll still need to expend a lot of energy to stabilize the mineral vein. The core mineral vein can't be dispersed. If it really is dispersed, the mineral vein will be almost useless. The Jiao only cares about the energy of the mineral vein. It doesn't care about these. It specifically targets the mineral vein, taking as much as it can. However, it can do that, but the Skygate City Lord and the Skygate tree can't. Now, they're being restricted. It's not easy to kill them. I heard that they're already negotiating with the Beast King of 100 Beasts Forest. Someone from the restricted area has also come. They're still in 100 Beasts Forest now. The Jiao is a demon from 100 Beasts Forest. Both sides were at odds before. Killing the Jiao now will only make things worse. That's why the Skygate City Lord and the Skygate tree can't do anything now. They can only wait for the outcome of the negotiation." Fang Ping laughed again. "I didn't expect that the Jiao would delay their migration. Otherwise, once the mineral vein migration is completed, the Skygate City Lord would have left. More or less. He needs to settle the new city now." Tianmu explained, "I heard from the commander that when he returns to the restricted area this time, he might become the city lord of a big city. King Huai values him very much. Of course, this has something to do with the power under King Huai's command. You also know that the Magic City Catacombs Monster Plant Clan is not under King Huai's command. In reality, the relationships between the city lords in the Outland are complicated. Most of the time, it's hard to see them as anyone's subordinate. There are only 6 divine generals directly under King Huai, and King Huai has an incomparably huge territory in the palace. There are dozens of cities under his command. An additional rank, 9, is quite important to King Huai. In the past, Tianmu actually did not understand these things. But now that he had stepped into rank 9, he knew some confidential information. Fong Ping nodded slightly. At this time, everyone had already climbed up the North City wall. Looking ahead, the lush forest in the distance could be seen at a glance. Fong Ping saw the situation and laughed. Jiao is doing very well now. Its territory has indeed expanded a lot. Even Monster Sunflower City is almost covered. This monster is very bold. Su Mafu was filled with emotion as he spoke of this rank 8 demonic beast. He smiled and shook his head. It's not just bold. This demonic beast is very intelligent. When it encounters danger, it will still run towards us. Speaking of this, Tianmu also had the urge to vomit blood. He scolded, "This monster is not a good thing. It's very cunning. We dare not kill it rashly, lest we attract revenge from Hundred Beasts Forest." When it ran to us, it was as obedient as a dog. It lay a few kilometers away from the city gate and did not come closer. Last time we angered the Sky Gate City Lord and were chased all the way here. Can we let the Sky Gate City Lord come closer? The Sky Gate City Lord did not dare to come, and in the end, it escaped. Damn it! This is not the first time it has done this. If not for the fact that I don't want to anger those monsters, I would have killed it. Tianmu was so angry that he wanted to vomit blood. A few times. Every time it used Hope City as a refuge. Did it really think that humans would not kill monsters? However, this Jiao had attracted a few rank 9 beast kings from 100 Beast Forest in the past. It could not be killed rashly, as it would easily arouse the hostility of 100 Beasts Forest. As he spoke, Su Mafu suddenly looked at Fong Ping with a strange look in his eyes. "General Kuang," Fong Ping's face darkened. He said gloomily, "General Su, just call me Fong Ping." Su Mafu could not help but laugh. He did not hesitate and continued, "Fong Ping, this Jiao has a good relationship with you. It even came to visit you the last time. It was quite disappointed that it did not see you. Why don't you negotiate with it and let it leave? Once Sky Gate City leaves, this Jiao will be an unstable factor. It is too close to us. The edge of the Jiao forest is 30 li, 15,000 meters away. With the Jiao's ability, it can reach Hope City in 15 seconds at its maximum speed. It's too dangerous. It is also a rank 8 monster. Monsters with lower intelligence are easier to deal with, but it is so cunning. It is no harder to deal with than a rank 9 monster, a cunning rank 8 monster crouched right in front of their house. The Magic City Catacombs was also having a headache. Fong Ping's face darkened. Who had a good relationship with that Jiao? Damn, how many times had he suffered at the hands of that Jiao? Since rank 3, he had been its cook every time he came in. The last time he was almost tricked by it, and it even came to visit him. Could it be that the fellow wanted him to be the bait to lure 2 rank 9s to let it swallow the ores? Before he could speak, Su Mafu continued, "Actually, the Jiao Forest is the best place to camp. If MCMU could camp in the Jiao Forest, it would be close to Sky Gate City and Hope City. We can advance and retreat. The Jiao Forest is a jungle area. The army would lose its greatest use at this time. Martial arts university instructors and students are more suitable to fight in this kind of environment. This way, individual strength will be maximized. If we really camp in the plains, Sky Gate City still has more than 100,000 troops. Once they launch an attack, you Grandmaster powerhouses will be entangled by them. There are many of them, and with some large weapons, you will easily be at a disadvantage. You have been to Sky Gate City. You should have seen some things. The catacomb cities still have weapons of mass destruction like energy cannons. Therefore, we must play to our strengths and avoid our weaknesses. Choose a good place to fight. Within a radius of a few hundred li, The most suitable place is the Jiao Forest. The second place is Wolfhead Mountain, but Wolfhead Mountain is too close to Monster Phoenix City. If Monster Phoenix City mobilizes troops during the battle, you will be surrounded. When that time comes, we will not be able to rescue you. Su Mafu had been guarding the Magic City catacombs for many years. What he said was quite insightful. As soon as he said this, Fang Ping's head swelled. Camp in the Jiao Forest? All right, this was indeed the best choice. The Jiao Forest covered Sky Gate, city's south gate. It was very convenient for a surprise attack, very convenient to hide, and very convenient to escape. Sky Gate City's army would be seriously interfered with. If these military martial artists entered the Jiao Forest and started a war with MCMAU, they would not be able to utilize the army's advantage. Their individual strength would be relatively weaker than the MCMAU people. When that time came, unless the Jiao Forest was destroyed, MCMAU would have the terrain advantage in a fight. However, the key problem was that it was the Jiao's lair. This monster was extremely slippery. Although its strength was rank 8, it was no less difficult to deal with than a rank 9. The key point was that this monster was evil and would even look for reinforcements. Under normal circumstances, monsters would fight to the death. Who would look for reinforcements when they were not even seriously injured? They had not even fought with Sky Gate City yet, and they would already be tricked by this monster. Did they not see that the 2 rank 9 martial artists from Sky Gate City were now being held up by it? Tianmu looked at Fang Ping and chuckled. Little Su is right. The Jiao Forest is indeed suitable to be your battleground. It may be easy for you, but it's the same for us. If we set up camp in the Jiao Forest, we can defend both flanks with peace of mind. However, if we set up camp somewhere else, it will be troublesome. At this point, the old man Tianmu was also a little gossipy. Aren't you on good terms with that Jiao? Why don't you go and ask? Fang Ping's expression changed, like a chameleon. Everyone says that I'm on good terms with the Jiao. This is my fault. I've bragged a lot in the past. I even said that the Jiao gave him a rank 7 Monsters Corps. Many people know about this. If we're not on good terms, why would they give you this? However, Fang Ping was speechless. I'm not a ladyboy. I'm just cooperating with that guy on the basis of benefits. No, I'm the one being cooperated with. His strength was not as good as a demon's. In front of the Jiao, he was just a vitality supply. Seeing that Fang Ping did not say anything, Tianmu continued. Otherwise, you can't get too close to Hope City. You can't set up camp within 30 li. The Jiao Forest is up ahead. You can only choose Wolfhead Mountain or the area near Monster Sunflower City. If that's the case, there will be a lot of changes. Once Monster Sunflower City or Monster Phoenix City's high-ranked reinforcements come out, they will arrive in an instant. In the Jiao Forest, even if the other party comes out, they will be discovered in advance and ready to deal with it. So, it has to be the Jiao Forest, the area around the grinder. There's no grinder. Su Mafu interrupted, saying helplessly, the grinder has already been covered by the Jiao Forest. Fang Ping was speechless. Previously, he had prepared to set up camp around the grinder. Just outside the Jiao Forest, there was actually a passageway there that could avoid the Jiao Forest and go straight to Sky Gate City. Now, it seemed that even if the grinder was still there, they would still have to go through the Jiao Forest. The Jiao, this monster, had planted so many trees that it had almost formed a jungle wall that spanned hundreds of li. Since the battle between Sky Gate City and Hope City had decreased, humans had shifted their target to fight Monster Sunflower City. The passageway between Sky Gate City and Sky Gate City had been covered. This was also related to the willpower of both sides. Sky Gate City was preparing to recuperate. Humans were not prepared to continue fighting Sky Gate City. After all, they still had to deal with Monster Sunflower City. Therefore, the Jiao's expansion was previously seen as a good thing by both sides. The Jiao seemed to know this too. Now, it had separated the two cities, with the Jiao Forest in the middle. If they could not defeat Sky Gate City, they could still run to Hope City and lie low for a while. Their plan was sound. It has to be the Jiao Forest. Fangping sighed. The best place to set up camp was there. If that was the case, he had to make a trip to the Jiao Forest. If he did not convince the Jiao and set up camp there, the Jiao would go crazy if it felt that its territory was being invaded. MCMAU was not necessarily stronger than Sky Gate City. If it attracted the hostility of a rank 8 monster, it would be even more troublesome. Thinking of this, Fangping said, "Then I'll go there now." At this point, Fangping suddenly said, "Brother Tian, keep an eye on it. That monster is not a good thing. If it attacks me, I'll run back immediately. Help me take care of it." The current Fangping should not be a match for the Jiao. That fellow was very strong. In the previous battle, it had killed the rank 8 hedgehog beast alone and swallowed it, increasing its strength again. After that, it had swallowed a lot of high-ranked energy ores in the underground mineral vein. Although it had just broken through to rank 8, its strength was really strong. It could even fight with a rank 9. The Sky Gate City Lord could suppress it, but could not kill it easily. Fangping dared not underestimate a monster that could kill a rank 8 powerhouse alone. It would be fine if it was a stupid monster, but a cunning one like the Jiao was really hard to deal with. Tianmu nodded and said solemnly, "Be careful. If anything goes wrong, retreat immediately. Although it's not good for us to take the initiative to kill it, if it takes the initiative to attack us, then we can directly kill it. This is also a disaster." At that time, the 100 Beasts Forest would have nothing to say. "We aren't afraid of the 100 Beasts Forest. We just don't want to start a war so easily." "I know." Fangping nodded. There were only 3 days left until MCMAU entered the catacombs. If they didn't solve the problem of the encampment, then they could only choose those bad places, which would increase the number of casualties. "Jiao. Oh, Jiao, the first demonic beast I saw was you. And the first time I saw you, I saw a rank 8 demonic beast. This is quite a rare sight. It's fine if you cooperate obediently. If you don't, I'll roast you sooner or later." Fangping made up his mind. Once Sky Gate City was done for, only Jiao was left. When that time came, although the 100 Beasts Forest was still there, Fangping felt that it was not impossible to communicate with a rank 9 monster. That fellow was a demon, after all. He had killed the 100 Beasts Forest's gatekeeper monster. This was a big deal. "I'm going." Having said that, Fangping retracted his aura and flew toward the Jiao's forest. He was so close to Sky Gate City. If he did not conceal his aura, it would be easy for a rank 9 to sense him. That would be troublesome. Genius 1 second to remember this site's address. Mobile version. Chapter 613. The Jiao's Forest. The empty space in the middle. The shining golden Jiao was like a hunting dog. Even though there were countless trees between them, its gaze was fixed in the direction of Sky Gate City. Its life was about to fly away. The Jiao was very sad. It couldn't beat the two of them, but it couldn't keep pestering them either. The 100 Beasts Forest was probably going to send demons over soon. If this continued, without the protection of the 100 Beasts Forest, those two fellows would really kill it. Just as Jiao was lying on the ground, staring towards the north, its big nose suddenly twitched, and it turned its head to look behind it. A moment later, a figure appeared in front of the open space in the center. "Long time no see, King Jiao." Fangping was all smiles, but the Jiao stared at him for a while. She had been silently moved to his side. Chef had become stronger. No, he was much stronger. In the past, even though Chef had performed to hide his aura the last time, it did not feel threatened at all. That fellow was so stupid that he could not break its defense even if he used a divine weapon to cut it. But this time, the Jiao sensed danger. It wasn't that Chef was strong enough to kill it, but it felt that being able to sneak up on it so silently, if he had any big moves, it would be a huge threat to it. The Jiao stared at Fang Ping for a while. After a while, its huge golden eyes swiveled, its huge head swayed, and it nodded in the direction of Skygate City. Fang Ping chuckled. King Jiao, there's no rush in robbing the mine. There's still 2 rank 9s over there. It's too dangerous. Even if they managed to snatch it away, it would be very difficult to take it away. If they were not careful, they would lose their lives. It was not easy for the Jiao King to cultivate to this level. If I were to lose my life here, it would be such a waste. I didn't even get to be the king of the Forbidden Lands. I didn't even get to go to the Forbidden Lands. There are countless female demon beasts at the Royal Sea Mountain waiting for my king's favor. Roar! The Jiao was furious. It let out a roar to express its dissatisfaction. Chef seemed to be very arrogant this time. In the past, he would bow when he saw her, but now he actually stood up straight and spoke to her. Fang Ping cursed in his heart. Angry my ass. Do you think I'm the same as before? Do you think you can kill me with your breath? Do you think you're so awesome? I can't be bothered to deal with you. There are at least 2 people in MCMAU who can kill you now. What are you still showing off for? Of course, scolding was just scolding. For the sake of the bigger picture, he had to endure the humiliation. Fang Ping smiled obsequiously and coughed softly. Don't be angry, King Jiao. I'm here this time to help you solve your problems. As he said that, Fang Ping shot a bit of vitality at random. The Jiao did not swallow it this time. It sensed it for a while before swallowing it. Fang Ping was so angry that he almost laughed. F***CK. Are you afraid that I will poison you? Would a poison that could kill a rank 8 be used on you? Fang Ping did not care about the vitality consumption now. As he fed his vitality, he pondered how to speak. In the end, just as he was about to speak, the Jiao's golden horn suddenly glowed with the power of heaven and earth. The meaning was clear. He didn't need to consume blood and qi anymore. He needed to consume the power of heaven and earth. Damn it, I'm going to stew you big dogs sooner or later. How dare you be so picky about what you eat and drink for free? You even want heaven and earth energy. Fang Ping continued to curse in his heart. The current him could produce heaven and earth energy under mentality-vitality fusion. It was not impossible. After scolding for a while, Fang Ping's hand glowed with heaven and earth energy and shot it at the Jiao. The Jiao swallowed it in one gulp. Its giant head swayed continuously, looking extremely satisfied. Then it opened its mouth wide and nodded at Fang Ping, indicating that he could continue speaking and continue feeding it. No wonder the Dragon King slaughtered his mount. Who can afford to keep it? Fang Ping finally understood why human powerhouses did not want to tame mounts. It was really hard to keep them. If they let them hunt on their own, they might not be able to return. If they fed their own mounts like the Jiao, consuming heaven and earth energy, then everyone could forget about cultivation and just feed their mounts. It would be better to slaughter them and get a divine weapon. It was more cost-effective. Thoughts aside, Fang Ping smiled as he fed Jiao. King Jiao, you want to seize the mine, right? Roar. I understand. What's yours will definitely be yours. Fang Ping nodded and chuckled. What I mean is, it's too difficult. 2 rank 9 martial artists are guarding this mine now. In the past, we humans were still at war with Skygate City and could still hold them back. But now, they're not fighting anymore. We're not strong enough, so we won't continue to hold them back. Now, if we want to take the mine, we can only fight and kill 2 rank 9s to get it. But 2 rank 9s, it's too difficult. Fong Ping shook his head and sighed. Unless the King Jiao can summon 4 or 5 rank 9 Beast Kings from 100 Beasts Forest to help. Otherwise, there's no chance. The Jiao's huge eyes showed dissatisfaction. Nonsense. If he could summon them, he would have done so long ago. The point was, even if he did summon them, would he still get any benefits after killing that Dumbwood and the city lord? Fong Ping saw this and continued to feed it. He said softly, but it's not like there's no hope at all. Fong Ping's eyes were bright. The King Jiao has saved me a few times. We resurrected martial artists are very grateful. Do you understand what I mean? You've given me benefits, so I have to give you benefits too. Humans don't want to start a war with Skygate City now, but I'm also a lord in the human world. Roar! The Jiao was furious again. Was he trying to trick a demon? It's true. I'm indeed a lord in the human world. I have a paragon, the ancestors of the true king realm. When I was weak, the ancestors of the true king realm looked down on me, so they could only let me train alone. But I'm strong now, and I've made a name for myself in the human world. The ancestors of the true king realm have taken a liking to me. So the ancestors gave me some power, and I have some people under me now. The Jiao did not roar this time. Fong Ping smiled. So, if the King Jiao really wants to snatch the mine, I can help. But Fong Ping frowned. War can't be started so easily. Although you've saved my life a few times, you can't let the humans sink into the mire of war just for me. The Jiao stared at him, as if thinking about something. Fong Ping said again, if you can give us some benefits as a hiring fee, and the benefits are big enough, we can intervene in this matter. Even if war breaks out, it doesn't matter. My ancestor is a true monarch, so I'm not afraid of such things. Of course, you'll have to fight a rank 9 all by yourself. I don't know if you can do it, otherwise 2 rank 9s are too difficult to deal with. The Jiao shook its huge head and roared, revealing a questioning look. Fong Ping chuckled. I don't need too many benefits. I just need to get rid of the Skygate tree. It's best if I can get rid of it in one piece. If you take the giant, or we'll take the monster plant's carcass. After all, the giant ore is very important to the catacombs. If we take it, something bad might happen. However, if the rank 9 monster plant was destroyed, then it would not be a problem to take it away. You're from the 100 Beasts Forest, so I'm sure you know about this, right? Sly nodded his head. That's right. It could take away the giant mine, but the land of rebirth martial artists could not, because the huge mine originally belonged to the demon race. The huge mine here belonged to the Sillywood, so there was nothing wrong with him killing the Sillywood and replacing it. However, if a martial artist from the land of rebirth wanted to take it away, a true king would intervene. As a monster beast in a forbidden land, it knew about this information. Chef wanted the Sillywood's carcass. The Jiao stared at him for a while. It would be very difficult. Robbing the mine and killing a king were 2 different concepts. Fong Ping said, You're the king of a clan after all. Don't you have some friends and relatives? You bring your friends and relatives. As long as you can keep the Skygate City Lord occupied, I'll bring my people to kill the Skygate tree. After we kill the Skygate tree, I'll send people to help you and kill the Skygate City Lord. Otherwise, even if you take away the giant mine, I think he'll take revenge sooner or later. Who can tolerate this? If you lose the giant mine, the Skygate City Lord will be in big trouble. In order to get out of trouble, he'll fight you to the death. Therefore, if you want to rob the mine, you must kill. Only by killing them can you solve the problem. Do you understand what I'm saying, friends and relatives? The Jiao's huge head continued to sway. If I bring the demons and keep the city lord occupied, Chef can kill the silly wood. After killing the silly wood, I take the mine, and he takes the silly wood's carcass? But if he can kill the silly wood, doesn't that mean? The Jiao was still thinking. Fang Ping said softly, "This actually has some difficulties. After we kill the Sky Gate tree, I won't admit that I did it. Of course, the catacombs humans will definitely find out. So when that time comes, King Jiao will have to step forward and say that you invited us to help you kill it. I don't know if King Jiao can do this. If he can't, then I'll have to think about whether it's worth it. For a rank 9 monster plant, I'll completely fall out with the catacombs powerhouses. When that time comes, even if my ancestor is a true king, humans have more than one true king. I might be thrown out as a sacrificial pawn. I'm only here to say this because King Jiao has saved my life a few times. King Jiao, after this, if the Forbidden Lands can step forward and say that they'll take responsibility for this, then I'll do it even if I suffer a great loss. Skygate City, and we have a deep grudge. Killing them is still beneficial to humans. But if the Forbidden Lands don't take responsibility, then I can't do it." Although the Jiao did not really understand, it got the gist of it. It suddenly felt dizzy. 100 Beasts Forest had to take responsibility? If that was the case, Chef would not dare to stab it. That was a good thing. But if they killed a city lord and killed the dumb wood, the Forbidden Lands would not be able to take responsibility. How about they first hoodwink and agree? Then when they really got the huge mine, why would they care about Chef's life? When the time came and Chef was killed by the catacombs' true king, they might even get the Dumbwood's body, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. The Jiao's big head spun wildly. Taking responsibility was impossible, but if Chef really had some strength, it would not be a problem for him to help it snatch the mine. After snatching the mine, who cares if he dies? So, the Jiao thought for a while and nodded wildly. "No problem. The Forbidden Lands will take responsibility. You'll just be responsible for killing. As for the consequences, I'll take responsibility." Fang Ping looked doubtful. "King Jiao, are you sure the Forbidden Lands can take responsibility? Why don't you go back to 100 Beasts Forest and ask, roar?" The Jiao was furious. It roared. "You don't believe me? Then it's a deal. You'll be responsible for keeping the Skygate City Lord busy. Otherwise, I won't be able to take care of the 2 rank 9 powerhouses." This time, the Jiao was in a difficult position. It was not that easy to keep a rank 9 occupied. It was not weak. If it went all out, although it could keep the monster wood city lord busy, it could be easily killed by the monster wood city lord with the divine weapon. It would be best if it could find a few strong rank 8 monsters to help, or a rank 9 demon king. Forget about the rank 9 demon king. It might not be able to get rid of it in the end. Then it could only find the rank 8 demons. In 100 Beast Forest, there were 2 rank 8 demons who were on good terms with it. At most, it would give them some of the mine in the end in the 10,000 Ants Desert. The big ant was on good terms with it, too. However, if it looked for the demons in the 10,000 Ants Desert, it would be easy for the 10,000 Ants Desert to target its harvest. Including itself, could 3 rank 8 demons hold off the monster would city lord with the divine weapon? The Jiao was still thinking about this when it sensed another wave of energy coming from the direction of Skygate City. Its big eyes suddenly widened, trying to run again. If it ran, it would no longer be its territory. Other than here, it had no ability to go to other places to snatch the life giant mine. If it wanted to enter the King Realm, it would take years and months. The Jiao looked at Fang Ping abruptly. and growled for a while. Fong Ping felt a burst of contempt. Stupid big dog. Look, it believed it just like that. Monsters were monsters. No matter how cunning they were, they still had to drink the water that Fong Ping washed his feet with. Thinking of this, Fong Ping felt a little awkward. Don't leave after snatching the mine. In fact, you can't take it with you. You have to kill the 2-rank 9 martial artists to have time to digest the giant mine. My king, you understand this too. Besides, there are many high-ranked martial artists in Skygate City. These people are also a hindrance. If I really make a move this time, then I'll have to pay too much. How about this? We might as well take down Skygate City. You take the giant mine, and the rest belongs to me. Only then will I feel that it's not a loss. Otherwise, the loss will be too great, and I won't be able to bear it. Also, you can only take the life mine in the core area. The periphery will all belong to me. Roar! If you don't agree, then there's no other way. You should repay the kindness of saving your life, but everything has its value. You just want to break through rank 9 anyway. Those low-ranked mines in the periphery are of no use to you. Can't you accept this? If that's the case, I can only say sorry. If I can get the mines in the periphery, then it's worth it. The Jiao expressed its dissatisfaction again. Then it quickly nodded, indicating that it agreed. Are you sure you can hold off the Skygate, City Master? Roar. I just don't feel at ease. Tell me, how many demons can you invite to help? At least let me know. If I think it's possible, then within 3 days, I'll bring my people and enter the Jiao's forest. It's better to do it sooner than later. If we wait any longer, they'll run away. If they run away, we'll be far away from Skygate City. We can't cross realms to fight, or we won't be able to hold on. Roar. The Jiao's roars did not stop. Very quickly, it used its mentality to conjure 2 shining golden monsters. Although it did not have a specific appearance, Fong Ping knew that they were probably rank 8. 2 rank, 8 monsters plus the Jiao. Fong Ping asked doubtfully, 3 rank, 8 monsters can hold off the Skygate City Master? Back then, he used a divine weapon to suppress 2 rank, 9 Beast Kings. The Jiao was very annoyed. I can only invite these 2. What do you want me to do? Fong Ping gritted his teeth and said, if that's the case, why don't you call all your descendants over? I'll also invite some powerhouses to help. This way, there's strength in numbers. We can destroy Skygate City and distract the Skygate City Master. I've long been annoyed with Skygate City. They actually dared to hunt me down. I must avenge them. Also, I'll call my elder ancestor here to guard Mount Royal Sea and block the restricted area's true king. We're fighting at the same level anyway. As long as we don't take away the giant mine, the catacomb's true king won't have the guts to fight with my elder ancestor. This way, our safety will be greatly increased. The Jiao's huge head shook. So awesome. Even a true king was invited. Chef seemed to have some status in the land of rebirth. Was he really a true king's descendant? At this moment, Fong Ping's body exuded some aura. The Jiao's eyes widened. So fast. It was not sure before, but now it was. He had actually reached commander level, and he even had an immortal body. Also, was that the aura of a divine weapon? It was very powerful. How long had it been? To the Jiao, it was just a matter of a few days. From the first time it met Chef, it was not worth mentioning. To the demon race, it had only been a little more than a year. It was really nothing. The true king's descendant. Powerful indeed. The Jiao was secretly glad that it did not kill him back then. Otherwise, the true king would not have killed it, right? Now it was all right. This fellow had a background and power, and he was even willing to wage war with Monsterwood City. After killing the Silly Tree and the Monsterwood City Master, he would digest the giant mine and become a master. Fong Ping, on the other hand, seemed oblivious. He continued, "In 3 days, my people will come. I hope King Jiao can hurry up, or else the other party will really leave. After this, I'll repay you for saving my life." Fong Ping said solemnly, "From now on, if the king attacks human martial artists, I won't be lenient." Also, after destroying Skygate City, the king digests the giant mine and advances to rank 9. Then you must leave this place. This place is too close to Hope City. Whether you go to the restricted area or other places or the restricted area or the Forbidden Sea, it won't be a problem. But the Jiao's forest must be abandoned. The Jiao's big head shook, calculating for a while, then nodded indifferently. If it really reached rank 9, it would not care about this place anymore. It was just that it could not bear to part with it. It had stayed here for many years. Chef was right, though. If Monsterwood City was really done for, then the martial artists from the Land of Rebirth would not let it stay here. "I'll leave then. Right before I leave, may I ask if the king doesn't know how to communicate with mentality?" Roar. The Jiao suddenly flew into a rage. After roaring for a while, Fong Ping's head hurt from the roars. He made some guesses and deduced that the Jiao was bragging. Anyway, it was basically saying that it knew how to communicate, but it did not care to communicate with lower races. In short, the King Jiao would not communicate with Fong Ping's mentality. It could only roar. Whether or not it understood, it was Fong Ping's problem. Stupid dog. It definitely doesn't communicate with mentality. Or else, there's a barrier to communicating with mentality. Fong Ping felt that his judgment should not be wrong. The catacombs demons did not communicate with humans. They did communicate with the catacombs martial artists, but it was very little. Under normal circumstances, they used roars instead. On the other hand, they would communicate with the guardian demons using mentality. Done. Pack up. I don't know if this big dog can really bring 2 monsters over to help. Even if they really come, I still have to consider if they will betray us. Letting the Jiao invite monsters to help might not be a good thing. The demon's attitude was uncertain. These outland demons seemed to belong to the 10,000 demon royal court. It was hard to say if they would betray us during the big battle. Of course, the Jiao probably would not. This fellow had been eyeing the giant mine for too long. Still, he had to be on guard. Also, if he really killed 2 rank 9s after this, the giant mine that the Jiao wanted, how could it give it? Fong Ping calculated in his heart, if he really killed 2 rank 9s and killed 3 rank 8 monsters along the way, would there be any problems? But I don't have to worry. When that time comes, let old Zhang come to collect the mine. If the Jiao dares to snatch it, I'll smack it to death. Fong Ping was relieved. If the Jiao dared to snatch the mine, he did not have to do anything. Old Zhang could kill it. With a plan in mind, Fong Ping's smile widened. He said, "King Jiao, then I'll go back first." Even those rank 9 powerhouses who subdued mounts could betray them at any time. Asking for help was more or less enough to kill you. Fong Ping continued, "Of course, it's hard to guess what the demons are thinking, so we still have to be careful. Senior Tian, during the battle, the other party promised to help us hold off Skygate City's lord. If these monsters betray us, you can directly deal with them. The minister said that you and the others can't do anything, but that's only for Skygate City. The demons are not included. The demons attacked us first. You must stop them in time." At this time, Tian Mu also understood the seriousness of the matter. 3 rank 8 monsters would not be weak, comparable to a rank 9. If they really helped MCMAU, MCMAU would receive unexpected help this time. However, if they betrayed them, then MCMAU would be in big trouble. This matter must be taken seriously. Fong Ping, you must not be careless. Although the Jiao is good friends with you, the Jiao is still only a rank 8. In the Forbidden Land, it may not have much say. Fong Ping nodded. I understand. I will make this clear to everyone. We can't not be careless. However, we can't refuse. If they really help us, those 3 rank 8 monsters are enough to change the whole situation. Everyone nodded. Monsters were strong. If 3 rank 8 monsters came at once, even Wu Quishan could put up a fight. Everyone was also extremely impressed by Fong Ping. It was really an eye-opener. What did this mean? At first, they thought that MCMAU might not win this time, but now, if the 3 monsters really helped them, then the chances of winning were too high. Fong Ping had such a wide circle of friends that he even made friends with the demons. This social skills were indescribable. Fong Ping smiled without saying a word, appearing inscrutable. Look, now even the rank 9 Tianmu was impressed by him. When he was a person to this extent, his charisma was really irresistible. After pretending to be 13 for a while, Fong Ping did not stay any longer. He said, Brother Tian, General Su, I'll go back and make arrangements. I'll leave Monster, Sunflower City, and Monster Phoenix City to you. Tianmu laughed. If MCMAU really destroys Skygate City, then that will be a great achievement. I'm restricted. If I knew that MCMAU was going to war, I would never have broken through. What a pity. Slaughtering this group of people from Skygate City will intimidate these forces in Monster Sunflower City. I'd like to see if they dare to continue. Fong Ping said a few polite words and quickly left the catacombs. Watching him leave, Su Mafu said with some emotion, This General Fong is really surprising. Since rank 3, he has always surprised me. In this life, my biggest dream is to stop Skygate City's invasion, but he has only entered the catacombs a few times. He actually wants to destroy Skygate City. This is unbelievable. He was in disbelief. He had been guarding Magic City's catacombs for many years. In the past, his biggest wish was to be able to stop Skygate City and guard the passageway. However, every time Fong Ping entered the catacombs, the situation changed once. When he entered the catacombs last time, Skygate City was forced to migrate, although it was related to those old grandmasters. If Fong Ping did not disrupt the situation, force the other party to reveal their divine weapons, and destroy a small part of Skygate City, the other party would not migrate so quickly. They would not even migrate, waiting for the final battle to come. Thinking of this, Su Mafu did not know what to feel. Would the enemy of his life, the enemy that he had fought for decades, be destroyed in Fong Ping's hands in the end? Genius in a second. Remember this site's address. Mobile version, Chapter 614. McMao. Field 1. Kill. War cries filled the air. People from the military department were doing the final phase of assault training. Fong Ping's figure flashed and appeared on the rooftop of a teaching block near the field. A moment later, Tang Feng's figure appeared. Fong Ping looked at the people who were still fighting on the field and said softly, Instructor, are you sure you want to bring Tang one? Tang Feng said calmly, Is she rank 1? This time, rank 2 and above martial artists had to go to the catacombs. On the school's side, only 120 instructors and less than 1,000 rank 1 martial artists would stay behind to guard the school. This was MCMAU's worst-case scenario. Tang Wen had already entered rank 3, so naturally she was not included. Fong Ping's gaze swept around and said slowly, If you fight, your daughter has the privilege to do so. No need. Tang Feng also glanced at his daughter, who was still training on the field, and smiled. Whether Wenwen is my daughter or not, She is a rank 3 martial artist, so she should fight in the catacombs. It's all because of you. Otherwise, the school would have let rank 2 martial artists train in the catacombs as early as last year. Wenwen has reached rank 3, but she has yet to fight with catacombs martial artists. In my opinion, this is not a good thing. This time, it's actually an opportunity for everyone. As he said that, Tang Feng looked at Fang Ping and said, "Martial artists rise through fighting and break through in fighting. How can a powerhouse be produced if one only cultivates hard?" In the past year or so, the school has developed very quickly, but have you noticed? Because the number of times going to the catacombs has decreased, there is no shortage of resources, and the 3 lower ranks martial artists have progressed very quickly. However, some of the older instructors have not improved as expected. Based on the past situation, with so many resources and benefits, there will definitely be martial artists who will have a big breakthrough. In the past, people like Dean Luo and Dean Zhang would have broken through to rank 7 if they had the conditions now. But now they haven't. They are still mentality-vitality fusion. Tang Feng said slowly, "Dean Luo and the rest don't lack courage and fighting experience. But I have to say that in the past year, they are not as hardworking as before. In the past, they went to the catacombs with a clear goal. They would not leave the catacombs without seizing a large amount of resources and returning to the school. However, in the past year, the number of times he went down to the catacombs had decreased. The time he stayed was shorter, and the resources he obtained had actually decreased as well. The school can't rely on you alone. Even if you don't lack resources, now, you can't use them all at once. You still have to fight. Besides, it was necessary to wipe out these catacombs martial artists. Even though there will be some casualties in this battle with Skygate City, there will definitely be a group of people who will reap great rewards and baptize themselves." Fang Ping nodded slightly. Tang Feng continued, "That's why you don't have to think too much. Fang Ping, I realize that you've been thinking too much this time. You don't have to think that everything is foolproof. When you enter the catacombs to fight, even if you're at the pinnacle, there's no guarantee that you'll be absolutely safe." Fang Ping smiled. "It's a little stressful. Please understand, teacher." Yes, there was pressure. The pressure was not just a little big, it was very big. Nearly 1,000 instructors and more than 4,000 students. More than 5,000 people. There were friends, classmates, teachers. He had arrived in this familiar yet strange world on the eve of Gaokao. In the past 2 years, other than a few months in Sun City, he had spent the remaining 2 years in MCMAU. MCMAU had become his second home. How could Fang Ping not feel pressured when thousands of lives were at stake? This battle was said to be led by the rank 9 Wu Quishan, but in reality, it was Fang Ping who had suggested it. If he had not mentioned it, Wu Quishan might not have mentioned it even if he was eager for revenge. As they spoke, Wu Quishan and the others appeared. Wu Quishan said, "It's normal to feel pressured. Don't let it affect yourself. Has the encampment been confirmed?" "It's confirmed. Jiao's forest," Wu Quishan, and the others looked at Fang Ping. Fang Ping gave a brief explanation and said quickly, "This is a good thing. Fighting in Jiao's forest is better than fighting in the wilderness. Won't the monsters attack us? Jiao is very smart. It won't do such a thing. At least before we take over the giant mine, Jiao won't turn against us. It has already offended Skygate City. If it turns against us, it won't be able to bear the consequences." As he said that, Fang Ping added, "If Jiao really brought 2 rank, 8 monsters, they can hold the Skygate City Lord back. Vice-Chancellor, this is our chance." Fang Ping's eyes lit up. He said slowly, "Before this, I was still thinking that if you and Instructor Li each take on a rank 9, it won't be a problem to hold the other party back. If you want to kill the other party, it'll be difficult, too difficult. However, if the Sky Gate City Lord, a rank 9 with a divine weapon, is held back, you and Instructor Lee, you have a divine weapon and can suppress the Sky Gate tree. Instructor Lee, on the other hand, will wait for an opportunity to slash. Even if you can't kill the Sky Gate tree in a second, you can still severely injure it. When that time comes, the Vice-Chancellor will deal the finishing blow, and the Sky Gate tree will definitely die. It's best if you can kill the other party in a second, seize its life essence, and obtain the complete rank 9 monster plant remains. Instructor Lee doesn't have a rank 9 aura, so the other party may not care about you. Instructor will choose to hide from the start. It's fine if you don't use your sword, but when you do, you'll definitely kill. This way, after you kill the other party, it'll be much easier to join forces to deal with the Sky Gate City Lord. Old Manly frowned slightly. So, you're not going to let me fight in the beginning? Yes. Who's going to deal with the Sky Gate City rank 8? I'll do it. These words were not said by Fang Ping. In the next moment, Chen Yaoting came walking in the air, saying mildly, "Leave the Sky Gate City rank 8 to me." Fang Ping saw Chen Yaoting and frowned slightly. Wu Quishan had noticed him long ago, so he was not surprised. Instead, he said calmly, "You're the only high rank in SCMAU and also the family head of the Chen family. You have a family to feed you. Are you sure you want to come?" Chen Yaoting glanced at Fang Ping and said, "I'll help. The price is not low. 10 caddies of life essence." Having said that, Chen Yaoting said again, "Give it to me." Fang Ping saw that he was looking at him with a blank expression. "Give me the loan slips." Chen Yaoting let out a light humph. "I, Chen Yaoting, have never owed a debt in my life. I'm old now, so I won't. This battle is not for a favor, nor is it for anything else. It's just a deal. Fight once, regardless of life or death, and all debts will be written off." Fang Ping did not say anything. In his hand appeared a bunch of loan slips. After searching for a while, he finally found one and shattered it. Everyone else's eyelids twitched as they watched. This kid, how many loan slips had he collected? At this time, Fang Ping took back the loan slips and said seriously, "Old Chen, when I gave away the life essence, I never thought of getting it back. This battle is very dangerous. Not only Sky Gate City's rank 8, but Monster Sunflower City's rank 8 might also help. I know." Chen Yaoting was no stranger to this. He said, "This battle, according to MCMAU's current scale, and with my help, Sky Gate City itself has 2 rank 9s, 1 rank 8s, and 3 rank 7s. From Sky Gate City's perspective, MCMAU has 1 rank 9s, 2 rank 8s, and 5 rank 7s. Yao Qingjun will help. That's 6 rank 7s. Chen Yaoting was not surprised. He continued, "For safety reasons, Sky Gate City might invite 2 rank 8s and 6 to 7 rank 7s to help. This is also the limit. Monster Sunflower City won't turn out in full force." Fang Ping nodded. "I know about Monster Sunflower City. 3 rank 8s and 14 rank 7s. The probability of them sending half of their forces to help is not high. It's more likely to be a rank 8. Of course, prepare for the worst. According to what you said, that would be 3 rank 8s. Fang Ping had not finished speaking when Chen Yaoting suddenly looked at him and said, "Since you advocated for war before, didn't you prepare at all?" Jiao was an unexpected factor. Since Fang Ping dared to talk about war before, he must have some confidence. Fang Ping saw that Wu Quishan and the rest were also looking at him. He smiled and said, "A little. My original idea was that we don't invite anyone to help. With this group of people, Sky Gate City will probably invite some rank 7 martial artists to help. Rank 8 might not be invited." Of course, if they do, they will only invite one person at most. Including Skygate City, that will be 2 people. I will hold one of them back. Old Lu, Vice Chancellor Huang, and Instructor Tang will hold the other one back. Vice Chancellor will suffer a little and hold the 2 rank 9s first. Instructor Li will be flexible and look for an opportunity to kill his opponent. What about the rank 7? Yao Qingjun, Wang Jinyang, and Li Hansong. Fang Ping did not hesitate and said immediately, Iron Head and the rest donated their divine weapons and received a few stalks of dark moon grass. Now that they have mentality-vitality fusion and consumed the dark moon grass, they have a high chance of advancing to rank 7. Once they enter rank 7, even if the 3 of them can't kill those rank 7s, they will be able to hold a large number of them back. When that time comes, it will depend on who dies first. The combat strength will reach a temporary balance. As long as one side pulls out their manpower, they will have a chance to win. Of course, this way, the probability of luck is higher. But it's not really luck. The Catacombs powerhouses are not as united as us, especially Monster Sunflower City. They are not on the same side as Skygate City. My idea is that when it comes to a critical moment, Instructor Li will not deal with the rank 9, but kill the Monster Sunflower City rank 8, who will help. This way, the Monster Sunflower City rank 7 martial artists might escape. The probability is very high. When that time comes, everyone will pull out their hands. First, kill the Skygate City rank 7, then surround and kill the rank 8. This way, the possibility of the 2 rank 9s escaping in the end is very high. But if they really escape, then forget it. At least we can annihilate the others in Skygate City. In the beginning, I didn't really have the intention to make the 2 rank 9s stay. Chun Yaoting's eyes flickered when he heard that. So, now you want to make the 2 of them stay? According to Fang Ping's previous plan, although it was not as fast as changes, it might not go as he expected. However, if Wang Jinyang and Li Hansong really broke through and had the ability to hold back many rank 7s, then the probability of Fang Ping killing the Skygate City rank 7 and rank 8 martial artists was still quite high. Rank 9s, however, would be difficult. Once Old Man Li used the first sword, he might not be able to use the second sword. Even if he could, the rank 9s were not idiots. They would not give you a second chance. When that time came, even if the 2 rank 9s were besieged and could not win, they could still escape calmly. But now, did Fang Ping really want to make the 2 of them stay? Yes. Jiao's appearance was an accident, but if this accident is used well, then there's hope of changing the entire battle situation. Fang Ping said with a smile, Skygate City has 2 rank 9s now, and they still need to invite rank 7s to help. In their eyes, their strength far surpasses ours. Actually, even if they don't invite the people from Monster Sunflower City to help, in their eyes, Skygate City's strength is not weaker than ours. A rank 9 is enough to take on all the high ranks except the Vice Chancellor. If the other party is a little arrogant, it's possible that Skygate City's original team will fight. Of course, I'm afraid King Huai will not give us this opportunity. After all, Magic City Catacombs is not King Huai's territory. It's still hard to say how many people from Monster Sunflower City will come to help. As for the specifics, we'll only know when we enter the catacombs. Chun Yaoting nodded, then smiled and said, According to what you said, then it's not a problem. I'll fight, and I'll pay my debt, and it'll be easy. But do you really think you can block a rank 8? Not necessarily, but I'm afraid the other party won't be able to kill me easily. Fang Ping said with a smile, The rank 8 in Skygate City is not too powerful, not the top-notch kind. The truly powerful ones have already died in battle. That's why I have this plan. Rank 8 powerhouses were all known as golden body powerhouses, but there were also strong and weak golden body powerhouses. Some had forged their golden bodies for many years, some had just entered rank 8, and some did not have very scary golden body strength. Fong Ping admitted that he could not defeat a rank 8, but using combat techniques to trap the other party and entangle him for a while was not a big problem. These few days, Fong Ping had also been continuously solidifying his core materialization. In the past, he had always been self-destructing, and his core had collapsed. Fong Ping also did not have the intention to solidify too strong. However, since Nan Yunyue and the others pointed out his flaws, Fong Ping did not think about self-destructing anymore. Recently, he had been pursuing making the materialization more solid, more powerful. When other people's mentality was depleted, they would need a long time to recover. Fong Ping's speed of solidification in a day was comparable to a regular rank, 7 in a year. That was really a year. For a middle stage rank, 7 like Huang Jing, solidifying a materialization for a year would exhaust his mentality at most 100 times, which meant that he would consume 200,000 hertz of mentality in a year. For Fong Ping, 200,000 hertz of mentality was only 200,000 wealth points. Spending 1 million wealth points would be equivalent to old Huang's 5 years of work without sleep or rest. Fong Ping needed time to solidify the materialization. He could not achieve consuming 1 million wealth points in a day, but 200,000 points in a day was still achievable. After the Grandmaster Banquet ended on the 8th of August, Fong Ping had been doing this, although it was not 24/7. However, at this moment, the degree of solidification of his core materialization, if Nan Yunyue and the others saw it, would probably drop their jaws in shock. Seeing that he was confident, Chen Yaoding did not ask further. He looked at Wu Quishan and the others and said, "I will assist in battle. I will not be a burden to MCMAU. If there is a rank 8 in Monster Sunflower City, then leave the 2 rank 8s to me. If there are 2 or 3 rank 8s, then Fong Ping, you will be responsible for 1. Fong Ping looked at old Chen, a little surprised. Bragging? You have just entered rank 8 not long ago, yet you are so confident. Chen Yaoding was a little annoyed by his stare. He snorted coldly and said, "What? Don't believe me? When I was rank 7, I had fought with a rank 8 before, and I was not at a disadvantage. Do you really think that I am the first rank 7 for nothing?" It was not like anyone who reached peak rank 7 could become the first rank 7. He was still the first rank 7 in the world. There were many rank 7 martial artists in the world, and many of them were at peak. Many of them were only 1 step away from rank 8, and they also had divine weapons. But they were still not as good as him. Realm was not the only factor in determining combat strength. Until now, he was the only Grandmaster in SCMAU. To be able to bring SCMAU into the ranks of the top 10 elite schools, Chen Yaoding's reputation was evident. Fong Ping laughed dryly. He thought for a while and said, "Old Chen, what rank is your divine weapon?" "Peak rank 7, as he said that, seeing that Fong Ping was about to speak, Chen Yaoding waved his hand and said, "You don't have to give me a rank 8 divine weapon. Your rank 8 might not be better than mine. I have cultivated this divine weapon from early stage rank 7 to peak, and it took me decades. Now that I am not too far away from rank 8, I can also unleash its full potential in my hands. A divine weapon was not really powerful just because its rank was high. It also depended on the user, as well as the user's mastery and compatibility with the divine weapon. The consumption of a rank 7 divine weapon was less than a rank 8. Chun Yaoding unleashing the divine weapon's full potential was more powerful and cost-effective than mastering a rank 8 divine weapon that he was not too familiar with. Fang Ping heard that and laughed. I really don't have a rank 8 divine weapon anymore, but Fang Ping said, I still have an ancient martial weapon whose material is comparable to peak rank 8. Old Chen, do you think that if you melt this weapon, you can cultivate your divine weapon to rank 8? As soon as he said that, everyone was surprised again. You still have a peak rank 8 ancient divine weapon? This kid, he really had a lot of good stuff that exceeded expectations. Fang Ping did not say that he still had an ancient divine weapon that was comparable to rank 9. All right, that was saved by Iron Head. He could not just give it away. Fang Ping had not decided how to unleash the Iron Head, this ancient divine weapon, to the fullest. Iron Head himself could not use it now either. That fellow was now waiting for his life gate to open. If he wanted to get his own ancient divine weapon, it had to be at least the kind that was stronger than Old Yao's. That fellow had been very excited these few days, talking about ancient divine weapon, storage ring, and the like all day long. As for the ancient divine weapon that Fang Ping had, he had almost forgotten about it. Ancient divine weapon, Qin Yaoding mumbled. When a dull ancient sword appeared in Fang Ping's hand, everyone observed it for a while. Wu Quishan said, it's an ancient divine weapon, but it doesn't seem to have been maintained very well. Its original material might be comparable to rank 9. Unfortunately, after a long time, without a martial artist's vitality to nourish it, it seems to have fallen. Weapons needed to be maintained too, not to mention the alloy weapons used by martial artists. Divine weapons were all placed in the Sanjiao Gate and nourished with mentality and vitality force. This way, the weapon would become stronger and stronger. On the contrary, if it was not nourished for a long time, the weapon would also decay. The ancient divine weapon in Fang Ping's hand might have been a rank 9 back then. Chun Yaoding examined it for a while, looked at Fang Ping, smiled, and said, are you sure you want to give it to me to nourish my divine weapon? If this weapon is given to a rank 9 martial artist to nourish for a period of time, it might be able to return to its previous state. Compared to modern divine weapons, the difference between ancient divine weapons and modern divine weapons was actually not that big. However, modern divine weapons had a little advantage because the core was a demon's core, which could be appropriately animated. Ancient divine weapons, on the other hand, actually had some special functions. They were considered to be about the same. This divine weapon might be a rank 9. You want to give it to me? As he said that, he emphasized, I won't lend it to you. His meaning was also very clear. I just said that I don't owe you a debt. Now, either you give it to me for free, or you don't give it to me. Either way, I won't lend it to you. Old Man Chen was also very arrogant. Back then, he was not even willing to sign the IOU. Fang Ping smiled bitterly. This divine weapon did not even count his wealth points. Old Man Chen did not even sign the IOU. It would be difficult to collect the debt in the future. Thinking about it, Fang Ping still said with a straight face, Old Man Chen, what are you talking about? You came from thousands of miles away and took the initiative to help in the battle. What's a divine weapon to you? Going to battle meant danger. MCMAU was not prepared to ask for help in the battle, but Old Man Chen came himself and even said that he would help MCMU block 2 rank 8 martial artists. Just for this, giving away the divine weapon was not a big deal. After hearing that, Qin Yaoding glanced at Fang Ping for a moment. After a while, he took the ancient divine weapon and said slowly, in the future, you can skip the betrothal gifts. Fang Ping gritted his teeth. How could he say that? Old Chun was too careless. I'm giving it to you. It has nothing to do with anything else. What are you thinking? The others laughed. However, Chen Yaoding wanted to help in the battle and even promised to hold the 2-rank 8 martial artists back. If he really did it, it would be a great help to MCMAU. After all, even if he did not come, Monster Sunflower City would probably send rank 8s to help. Beside him, Wu Quishan looked at Chen Yaoding and said, "Do you need my help?" "No, you can't either. I heard that Minister Zhang is still in Magic City. I'll go ask him for help later." Wu Quishan suffered a blow. Fang Ping, on the other hand, held back his laughter. Old Zhang had to work again. Since the previous auction, Old Zhang had promised to help modify the divine weapon. In fact, he had been busy these few days. Until now, Old Zhang had not finished modifying the divine weapon in his hands. If Chen Yaoding really came to him now, Old Zhang would have to help. It could not be helped. Martial arts universities were directly under Old Zhang's control. There were not many rank 8 powerhouses in martial arts universities, or rather, there were very few of them. Chen Yaoding was also the face of martial arts universities. As the minister, he definitely had to help out with this little bit of help. "Then I'll leave first. I'll come again on the 15th. After saying this, Chen Yaoding left quickly. Once he left, Wu Quishan sighed softly. "Kid, you still owe him a favor. Do as you see fit. We can't return it. As for you, a rank 8 divine weapon can't buy a rank 8 powerhouse's life. Helping MCMU was equivalent to gambling with his life. This was not something that Fang Ping could settle with just a few words of confidence. Beside him, Old Man Li teased, "It's nothing. Old Man Chen is really going to die. Hurry up and have a child with that girl Yunxi. Don't call him Little Fang. Have the surname Chen. Cultivate him to rank 8 and throw him into the Chen family. That'll be enough." Fang Ping rolled his eyes and said impatiently, "You should find one as soon as possible and give birth to a little Li. I've been hearing about this recently. You want a son. I'll take him in as a student later. Get lost." Old Man Li scolded jokingly. Beside him, Huang Jing also laughed. "Changsheng, don't take it lightly. You have to leave something for yourself. Not to mention, there are many candidates. The one from FMS, the one from Magic City Women's University, they're all quite suitable for you. Do you want me to sound them out for you later?" Old Man Li's expression darkened. "Sound out your ass." Speaking of which, FMS's Nan Yunping was a rank 8. The dean of Magic City Women's University was also a peak rank 7. That seemed like a good choice. Beside him, Wu Quishan said lightly, "Nan Yunping is a little old. Zhao Minjin is not bad. She's about to reach rank 8. She's forged a golden body. With a makeover, it won't be a problem for you to change into anything you want." Old Man Li's expression darkened. What did he mean? Beside him, Lu Fengru glanced at Wu Quishan with a faint smile. She said lightly, "I've reached rank 8. Do I need to make a makeover?" The corner of Wu Quishan's mouth twitched. He did not say a word. "Just pretend I didn't say anything." Fang Ping could not hold it in any longer. These old gangsters, they did not realize this before. He did not expect that Wu Quishan and the others would actually gather together to talk about women. From the looks of it, they had been paying attention to it for a long time. Even a rank 8 makeover and become an 18-year-old girl. Chapter 6:15. Time passed in the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye, August 15th had arrived. August 15th, Saturday. The summer weather could change in an instant. Yesterday, the sun was shining brightly. Today, early in the morning, it was drizzling. Field 1. Fang Ping looked up at the sky and smiled suddenly. "It's a good day. The weather is great." Beside him, Qin Fengqing also looked up at the sky and mumbled, "Damn, the weather was good. Was there something wrong with him?" At this moment, Fong Ping suddenly looked at him and smiled. "If I say the weather is good, then it is good." After saying that, Fong Ping soared into the sky like lightning. The next moment, in the sky, Fong Ping let out a roar and a golden glow erupted. Rumble! In the sky, lightning flashed continuously. After a while, the dark clouds above MCMAU disappeared. In the field, the instructors and students were mesmerized by what they saw. This was a grandmaster. After a while, Fong Ping landed and laughed. "The sun is shining brightly. It's a good day." At this moment, the sun appeared. In the huge magic city, it was still drizzling in other places. On the other hand, there were no clouds in the sky above MCMAU. It was a bright sunny day. Qin Fengqin did not grumble anymore. He was still shocked and envious. This was a powerhouse. If Fong Ping said the weather was good, then it was good, even if it was not. On the rostrum, Wu Quishan glanced at him and smiled. A man could fix the sky. Ignoring Fong Ping, Wu Quishan looked around. At this moment, he was the only one on the rostrum. The other grandmasters were below. After looking around, looking at the young faces and the excited instructors, Wu Quishan was speechless for a long time. Below, Fong Ping saw that Wu Quishan did not say anything and shouted again. Today, 913 MCMAU instructors should be deployed. Vice-Chancellor Liu entered the catacombs earlier. 912 people are present. Everyone is present. On the other side, Chen Yunxi also shouted crisply, 4220 MCMU students should be deployed. 4,220 people are present. Everyone is present. On the other side, Du Hong said loudly, 98 people should be deployed. 98 people are present. Everyone is present. Wu Quishan came back to his senses. An army of more than 5,000 martial artists, excluding the 120 instructors who stayed behind, and about 1,000 rank 1 martial artists, MCMU had gone all out. Even the military had only launched a few wars of this scale. Martial artists did not like to motivate themselves before a battle. Wu Quishan did not say much. After a while, he suddenly raised his right hand and roared, "MCMU will win! MCMU will win!" The roar shook the heavens. "Depart!" With a loud roar, Wu Quishan headed straight for the southern area. This time, he took the passageway to the catacombs. Below the stage, seeing this, Fong Ping waved his hand and led his team to catch up. As he walked, he moved closer to Tang Feng and said with slight regret, "Why didn't the Vice-Chancellor listen to my opinion?" Tang Feng ignored him. The others also ignored him. There was no other reason. Fong Ping had gone crazy, and everyone was too lazy to care. He suggested to Wu Quishan that they should not use the passageway. It would not be spectacular if they used the passageway. According to Fong Ping's words, MCMAU grandmasters held hands and unleashed their mentality, bringing thousands of people with the flight step, heading straight for Magic City military camp. Let everyone in Magic City see how powerful MCMAU was. As a result, when this suggestion came out, no one paid any attention to him. Crazy! If they had this mentality to waste, they might as well kill more enemies. They thought it was crazy, but Fong Ping thought it was necessary. At this moment, no one paid any attention to him. Fong Ping said regretfully again, "It's not easy being a martial artist. It's rare to have such an opportunity. It's still necessary to get everyone excited. The Vice-Chancellor doesn't know how to boost morale at all." Thousands of people used the flight step. Although no one said anything, they were still satisfied. "Vice-Chancellor, you still don't know enough about the human heart. Beside him, Lu Fengru could not hold it in anymore. She growled, "Shut up." At this moment, the team of thousands of people heard Fang Ping's nonsense. It was seriously disrupting the order. Fang Ping shrugged. Then he laughed suddenly. "There's no need to be so sad or solemn when going to war. Martial artists aren't children. They should be nervous after all. They need to be happy and relax." After saying that, Fang Ping looked at Qin Fengqing and shouted, "Old Qin, sing a song to boost morale." Qin Fengqing did not hesitate and sang loudly, "Let's go down and chop people's heads. Chop people's heads. Let's go down and dig a huge mine. Dig a huge mine. Today is so happy, so happy. Yo, we're rich, we're rich." The whole team stopped for a moment. Wu Quishan's back was slightly stiff. "Damn, I want to kill someone to sacrifice to the flag now. I wonder if that's possible." Behind them, Chen Zhenhua and the others who watched them leave were also stunned. Just now, everyone was nervous and solemn. Now, everyone only wanted to kill one person. Maybe the sacrifice would be good. The nervousness and solemnity disappeared. In the team, some people were holding back their laughter until their faces were red. Qin Fengqing was still singing. No one responded to him. Even Fang Ping did not say a word after saying that line. He would not do something so embarrassing. However, old Qin was shameless. It was still possible for him to stand up and ease the atmosphere. Some students were nervous, and it was easy for them to make mistakes. Fang Ping saw many students walking stiffly. There was no need to create tension now. At the same time, outside MCMAU, a group of powerhouses did not enter the school. They watched as the MCMAU people left. In front of the crowd, Magic City's governor murmured, "May we win! May MCMAU's martial arts never die! MCMAU's victory! Sino Nation's victory! Humans' victory! Victory!" A group of Grandmaster powerhouses shouted in a low voice. If they won this battle, the Magic City Catacombs' biggest enemy would be destroyed. How many people in the 13 cities of Magic City Catacombs would dare to fight? Outside the crowd, there was another group of people, Fang Mingrong and his wife, Fang Yuan, as well as the families of many MCMAU instructors and students. Many people had come. They did not know what had happened. They did not know why they were fighting and who they were fighting for. However, they knew that their loved ones were rushing to the battlefield. These few days, even though the MCMAU people did not reveal anything to the outside world, there were still some words that leaked out. No one was a fool. Magic City was not Sun City. There were many martial artists here. Here, many martial artists died in battle every year. Many people did not even know why they died. Living in a big city like this, it was inevitable that people would know things that ordinary people did not. Not to mention that many martial artists' family members were martial artists themselves. At this moment, MCMAU's expedition to the catacombs had countless people worried. In the crowd, someone's eyes were red, and he murmured, "When would the war stop?" Magic City Catacombs, Underground Hall. The MCMAU people entered the alloy house in an orderly manner. Fang Ping chatted with the gatekeeper while waiting. He chuckled and said, "Uncle, this alloy house will be demolished soon. It's such a hindrance." The gatekeeper chuckled. "We'll have to wait a little longer. I've waited and waited. I've waited so long that I don't like it anymore." Fang Ping was all smiles. He touched the alloy wall and said softly, "When I first saw this thing, my eyes were red. I told Uncle Scar that when we get back, we'll demolish the house and divide this thing. He also said that when I come to demolish the house, he'll help me." The gatekeeper's eyes dimmed slightly. He smiled quickly and said, "It's okay. The next time you demolish it, I'll help you. When it's done, just give me some." Fang Ping laughed out loud. When he was done, he suddenly said, "Uncle, don't go down to the catacombs this time. These words are inauspicious." The gatekeeper laughed out loud too. When he was done laughing, he said seriously, "I won't go down to the catacombs. I'll wait for you to come out and celebrate. I'll wait for the day when you demolish this thing and don't need gatekeepers anymore." If he went down to the catacombs, it meant that the situation in the catacombs would worsen. The war would break out again, and MCMAU would not be able to win. That was why he did not go down to the catacombs. He wanted to wait here, wait for this group of heroic sons and daughters to defeat the enemy and return victorious. The MCMAU people had all entered the catacombs. Fang Ping waved his hand at the people in the hall and laughed. "Everyone, wait for our good news here. When we come out, remember to make arrangements to film the scene of our victorious return. If there's a chance in the future, let everyone see it." "Okay, definitely." The martial artists in the hall answered in a sonorous and forceful voice. They would. They definitely would. Hope City. When Fang Ping came out, Tian Mu, Old Fan, Ko Bianjiang, Su Mafu, these people were all waiting. In the crowd, Lu Polu had already walked to Tang Feng, and the others with a smile saying something in a low voice. When Fang Ping arrived, the MCMAU people were all present. Tian Mu stood up and said, "After we leave the city, Hope City will not send a single soldier. In the east and west, Hope City will assist in defense. Today, if Skygate City has powerhouses as reinforcements, they will rush to Skygate City today. Next, if powerhouses from other cities join the battle, Hope City will try its best to stop them. Everyone, the military department can only do this much." If Tian Mu did not say it, he did not want to say it. If they were defeated, it would be difficult for the high ranks to escape. The middle and low-ranked martial artists could retreat. Wu Quishan said lightly, "There are no ifs. Victory." As soon as he finished speaking, Wu Quishan leaped into the air and shouted, "Leave the city." They did not stay in Hope City. This was not where MCMAU was stationed. They were going to camp in the Jiao's Forest 30 li away. Along the way, some martial artists watched as the MCMAU people left the city, shouting victory continuously. Skygate City, the broken south gate of Skygate City, had now been restored to its original state. Sensing the heaven-shaking vitality fluctuation from afar, the Skygate City Lord, wearing a crown on his head, said coldly on the city wall, "Go, investigate the situation. Investigate it directly. Investigate it in front of them. Investigate it clearly." Behind him, a rank 7 chieftain responded loudly, leaped into the air, and headed straight for Hope City without any concealment. After the chieftain left, the Skygate City Lord suddenly looked at the Jiao's forest and snorted coldly. "The golden-horned beast has invited 2 level 8 monsters from the 100 Beasts forest. What is its purpose?" "My lord, the golden-horned beast is interested in the mineral vein of life. I'm worried." The only rank 8 powerhouse in Skygate City looked worried. 3 rank 8 monsters were eyeing them like tigers watching their prey. This was a great threat. The Skygate City Lord's eyes were dark. After a while, he said, "This is a bet made by the true king powerhouses. We can't refuse." 100 Beast Forest has also been informed that an envoy has arrived. The golden-horned beast king dares to ruin the true king's plan. No one can protect it. As he said this, the Skygate City Lord continued, "Moreover, the demon clan dares not form an alliance with the resurrected martial artists. If the golden-horned beast king dares to participate in this battle, there will be no place for it in divine land." Although he said this, the Skygate City Lord's expression was still ugly. The Hui King had used him in Skygate City as a bet. This made him very unhappy. Originally, he was ready to leave 7 Southern Territory, leave this place, and return to the restricted area. However, before he left, there were endless troubles. The golden-horned Beast King kept attacking and harassing. Because he had surrendered to the Hwai King, the other true king was very unhappy. On the other side of the passageway, it made things difficult for the Hwai King's people several times, not allowing them to enter, deliberately embarrassing him. With great difficulty, the Hwai King sent an envoy to 100 Beasts Forest to make peace. In the end, before the results were out, he was told that the last battle would be in 7 Southern Territory. Snake King, the Skygate City Lord, muttered. A figure flashed in his mind, and he sneered. He knew this person. He even knew Magic City Martial Arts University. In the past 60 years, he had killed many people from MCMAU. The Snake King, back then, he had prepared to kill the other party. Unfortunately, the other party had escaped. These years, it was very rare to see the other party appear in 7 Southern Territory. He did not expect that the other party would still not give up. Did he want to take revenge before he left? Back then, I didn't want to expose the divine weapon, so I let you escape. I didn't expect you to come here to die. Until today, he still remembered how hopeless the high-spirited powerhouse had been the moment the people around him died. He had thought that after that experience, the other party would have broken down. He did not expect the other party to break through realms again and again, advancing into King Realm in a short period of time. Although he said he was going to die, the Skygate City Lord was vigilant. This battle, indeed, must be fought. The Snake King must also die. The strength of such a person's martial will was shocking. He broke through in adversity and rose again in adversity. If he did not kill him, the other party might break through again. With such a great enemy, even if he returned to the restricted area, he might not be able to rest easy. When the Hwai King's people revealed who his opponent was, although the Skygate City Lord was very dissatisfied with the Hwai King's actions, he did not hesitate and quickly agreed. He must take advantage of this opportunity to kill the Snake King. Such a young prodigy. If he did not kill him this time, the powerhouses of the Land of Rebirth would not give him a second chance. As he waited, the vitality pillar of tens of millions of people gathered closer and closer to Skygate City. Soon, the commander-in-chief, who had just left, returned. He reported loudly, "My king, the opponent is 1 king realm, 2 venerables, and 6 commanders. 5 prospective commanders, 100 generals, quite strong," the Skygate City Lord murmured. In his understanding, MCMAU was a sect. Even though he knew that the other party was somewhat different from sects, the difference was not big. A sect with a king realm powerhouse was already very strong. Even in the restricted area, such a sect was enough to occupy 1 or 2 big cities. Of course, although such strength was strong, it was not so strong that Skygate City could not match it. If he joined forces with the Divine Tree, there was hope to kill the Snake King. Even if it was one-on-one, he was not afraid of the Snake King, who had just broken through. He had broken through to King Realm for almost 100 years, and with a rank 9 divine weapon in hand, he was not afraid of the Snake King. But he wanted to keep the Snake King. If that was the case, then he had to join forces with the Divine Tree. By joining forces, there was hope to not give the other party a chance to escape and kill him. As for Skygate City, the remaining venerables and commander-in-chiefs were not as strong as the other party. Go to Monster Sunflower City and ask King Sunflower to send people to help. Tell King Sunflower that after this battle, I will leave the 7 Southern Territories. If he does not contribute, Monster Sunflower City will face greater pressure in the future. Take this opportunity to kill the Snake King. He will weigh the gains and losses. The Skygate City Lord was not afraid that King Sunflower would not help. After this time, he would leave. Once he left, Monster Sunflower City would be the main force to attack Hope City. If he did not take this opportunity to destroy MCMAU, he would not be the one to suffer in the future. Monster Sunflower City was strong, with 3 venerables and 14 commander-in-chiefs. It was stronger than Monsterwood City before it was heavily damaged. Now it depended on how much boldness King Sunflower had. The Skygate City Lord sneered in his heart. If he did not contribute, then he would kill the Snake King and leave the 7 southern territories. As for the rest of the people, he would not care. In the future, Monster Sunflower City should not regret it. If King Sunflower had the boldness, then he would take this opportunity to go all out. Besides the King Realm, all the venerables and commander-in-chiefs would come. Only then could he completely destroy MCMAU and leave no survivors. However, the Skygate City Lord also knew that the hope of going all out was not high. He would have to leave some people behind. It all depended on King Sunflower's decision. Outside the Jiao's forest, Fong Ping waved his hand, signaling the MCMAU crowd to stop. 1,000 meters ahead was the Jiao's forest. At this moment, Fong Ping could already feel the aura of a rank 8 powerhouse. The Jiao had really invited 2 rank 8 monsters. At the boundary of the Jiao's forest, the Jiao shook its big head, looking at Fong Ping and the others, its big eyes showing shock. So many people. In front of the crowd, Fong Ping set up a mentality barrier and said softly that, "Vice-Chancellor, I'm the boss now. You guys, be a little more respectful to me." Wu Quishan glanced at him. This kid Fong Ping, when he came in, finally told them the truth, how he had tricked the monsters. Wu Quishan was dumbfounded. Now, hearing him say this, Wu Quishan's face darkened, but his body stiffened. He saluted Fong Ping and said lightly, "Your Royal Highness, you don't have to worry about us." Fong Ping's body stiffened too. Being called that by old Wu, why did he feel uncomfortable all over? Cough, cough. Vice-Chancellor, don't be like this. That, you can just call me General. Humans are different from those in the catacombs. The Jiao is an idiot. Just a little trick will do. Help yourself, General. Having said that, Wu Quishan glanced at Qin Fengqing beside him. Qin Fengqing was confused. "Why are you looking at me?" Wu Quishan humphed. "Isn't this your favorite thing to do? Shout a few times and fool them." Qin Fengqing felt aggrieved. Motherf asterisk her, who liked doing this. What did old Wu mean? He was reluctant, but the other was the Vice-Chancellor. Even though Qin Fengqing was aggrieved, he did not delay. He roared, "General, the Jiao's forest has arrived. Please give us your instructions." "General." "Got it. You may leave." Fong Ping responded, his face indifferent. Soon, Fong Ping walked to the front and looked at the Jiao. The Jiao looked at him too. Chef was very awesome. He even had a King Realm subordinate. No wonder he said he was confident he could kill the dumb blockhead. But just one King Realm. Would it be enough? The Jiao glanced at Wu Quishan cautiously. He seemed familiar, but it was too lazy to think too much. So what if it was the King Realm? The King Realm had to listen to Chef. Fong Ping walked to the side and shouted, "Jiao, MCMAU is using the Jiao's forest. Retreat quickly, or else you will not be allowed to act presumptuously when the war starts." While shouting, Fong Ping used his mentality to transmit his voice. "King Jiao, cooperate with me. You guys retreat first. This time, I will start a war with Skygate City. At the last moment, you guys will attack and numb the other party. Make the Skygate City Lord think that we started the war and it has nothing to do with you." Having said that, Fong Ping used his mentality to transmit his voice again. Otherwise, if we expose our true intentions now, they will definitely be on guard against you. Then, the the chances will be slim. The Jiao shook its head, thinking for a while. Suddenly, it roared, its roar shaking the heavens. The next moment, 2 golden lights flashed. Soon, 2 golden beasts appeared where they were. One looked like an elephant. It was huge. Fang Ping recognized it. It was a giant elephant beast. The mammoth beast was extremely strong. At the rank 8 realm, its physical strength was even stronger than the average rank 8 monster beast. The other one had 2 long horns. It looked like an antelope. Fang Ping had never seen it before, but it did not seem weak. The 3 beasts gathered. The Jiao roared loudly. The other 2 beasts also roared violently. They looked at Wu Quishan cautiously, then roared at Fang Ping. Fang Ping was stunned for a moment. Acting? F***CK. Did the Jiao not mention anything about cooperation? The possibility was high. Looking at the 2 beasts, they probably did not know about it. The Jiao was roaring now, not allowing humans to invade. Fang Ping sighed in his heart. The Jiao was really not a good guy. Thinking about it, Fang Ping roared again, Jiao, do you really want to start a war with humans? This time, we are just borrowing this place to set up camp. After the war, this place will be returned to you. Don't make a mistake. Roar. The roars came one after another, traveling dozens of miles. No way. Not lending. In the next moment, Wu Quishan and the others unleashed a powerful aura, intimidating everyone. Behind them, the MCMAU crowd roared, Kill, kill, kill. Murderous intent soared to the sky. At this moment, a beast flew over quickly from afar, roaring for a while. The Jiao's eyes showed a hint of confusion. Was the land of rebirth really going to war with Sky Gate City? The true king's order? Fang Ping looked at the direction of the beast and knew it came from 100 Beasts Forest. His mentality fluctuated, and he said, immediately, I asked my elder ancestor to guard Mount Royal Sea, using the excuse that I will lead the forces under my command to fight against Sky Gate City. The elder ancestor also promised to help me this time, and it will be the last time. If I don't achieve the desired results, then I will be in trouble. King Jiao, in order to repay your kindness, I have done everything I can. If I don't get anything this time, I will be screwed. So, I have to say this again. After this, except for the core mineral vein, everything else must belong to me. The Jiao understood now. No wonder the true king's order was passed down. It was the chef's elder ancestor. The true king's descendant was good. Thinking about it, the Jiao still felt uneasy. If it made a move, the true king, as if he knew what it was thinking, Fang Ping said telepathically, Don't worry, Sky Gate City is King Huai's force. 7 southern regions is not King Huai's territory. If he dares to attack you, my elder ancestor will suppress him. Moreover, King Huai can't control the demons. Don't worry, King Jiao. The Jiao hesitated slightly. Fang Ping said again, if King Jiao is worried, then forget it. Actually, it wasn't easy for me to get to where I am now. Why don't I kill some middle-ranked martial artists this time, then retreat with my people? It will be considered a meritorious service. If King Jiao wants to break through, wait until I have strength and my position is solid. Then I will help you seize the other mineral veins of life. The Jiao roared. No way. This was a rare opportunity, and the chef was running away now. How could that be? The 100 Beasts Forest could not participate in the war between the 2 sides. It did not participate in the war. It was only here to seize the mineral veins. It had a personal grudge with Monsterwood City, but it had nothing to do with the war. Besides, the silly tree almost killed it last time. Could it not take revenge? Yes, revenge. As for whether or not the silly tree almost killed it last time, it was already publicly known that it was the silly tree who did it. Moreover, this was its territory. When the war started, and the other party invaded its territory, it would not be a problem for it to come back and defend its territory. Demon's territory could not be invaded. Invading its territory was a provocation. It was in the right. King Huai. Who was King Huai? The 7 southern territories was the Green Wolf King's territory. The chef's ancestor was guarding it, and the Green Wolf King would not allow a foreign king to run wild in the 7 southern territories. The 100 Beasts Forest and the Green Wolf King were also connected. The Jiao had thought of all these. As a demon beast with ideals, ambitions, and great ambitions, the Jiao felt that it must seize this opportunity. Without further consideration, the Jiao roared again, unwilling to give up, and soared into the air with the 2-rank 8 demon beasts flying into the distance. Below, hundreds of demon beasts that looked similar to the Jiao also chased after the Jiao. Fang Ping glanced at them and was slightly speechless. He had always thought that the Jiao was single, but now it was hard to say. Among the hundreds of demon beasts, there were 3 rank 7s, and the rest were mostly middle ranks. It was not a weak force. The Jiao flew away, bringing its clansmen and the 2-rank 8 demon beasts. Only then did Wu Quishan walk up and ask, "What's going on?" It left first. When the high-ranked battle starts, it will bring the demon back. Are you sure? Fang Ping thought for a moment, then said, I'm 70% sure. This demon beast wants money more than its life. It thinks it's smart, but it's actually stupid. It will probably take the bait. Wu Quishan was speechless. He shook his head and stopped thinking about it. He said, if the Jiao doesn't join the battle, then its goal is to kill all high-ranked martial artists except for rank 9. If we can kill the Sky Gate City Lord, then kill him. If we can't, then we give up. At this moment, Wu Quishan was very clear-headed. Chapter 616. Not long after Fang Ping and the others entered the Jiao's forest. In the east, several figures flew across the sky, and the pressure they exuded shook the sky. 2 rank 8s. Fang Ping's expression changed slightly. Although it was within his expectations, the fact that 2 rank 8s had come from Monster Sunflower City still made him somewhat solemn. Since 2 level 8 martial artists had come, Chen Yaoding would have to stop them. Chen Yaoding said calmly, "Leave these 2 to me. Elder Chen, I've already told you. I've taken everything. Don't worry." Chen Yaoding was unwilling to say more. Beside him, Wu Quishan said slowly, there are still 6 rank 7s as reinforcements and 9 rank 7s. Lu Polu glanced at everyone and said, Huang Jing and I will handle the Sky Gate City rank 8. Elder Lu, kill those rank 7 martial artists with all your might. Lu Polu's eyes were sharp as he said, it's been so many years, but this is the first time I've had such an opportunity. Every one of them counts. Fang Ping gritted his teeth. He took a deep breath and said, since old Lu insists, then teacher, you and teacher Tang will join forces to hold off that rank 8 Yao Qingjun, and I will kill those rank 7 martial artists as soon as possible. Then we'll go and help you. As he said that, Fang Ping tilted his head to look at Wang Jinyang and Li Hansong, saying, both of you. Wang Jinyang nodded and said, don't worry, we will find an opportunity to break through. Now is not the right time. Now that there were 2 more rank 7s, perhaps more people from Monster Sunflower City would come, which would increase the pressure on everyone. Yes. Fang Ping nodded. At this moment, someone laughed loudly in the direction of Sky Gate City. Snake King, since you're already here, why not meet me? Humph. Wu Quishan snorted coldly and soared into the sky. Fang Ping and the others also leaped into the air, looking into the distance. Sky Gate City was still very far away, more than 30 miles away. However, 30 li was only 15,000 meters. For high-ranked powerhouses, a distance like this was considered far, but It was also extremely close. In the distance, in the sky above Sky Gate City, many figures stood in the air. In front of him, a crowned powerhouse stood proudly in the void. It was the Sky Gate City Lord. At that moment, the Sky Gate City Lord had a smile on his face. Monster Sunflower City had not disappointed him. 2 venerables and 6 commanders. Such reinforcements were not considered weak. In terms of high-end combat strength, Sky Gate City had 2 kings, 3 venerable ones, and 9 commanders. On the other hand, the other party had 1 king realm expert, 2 venerable realm experts, and 6 commander realm experts. If he was lucky, he might even be able to kill all of them. However, since the other party was the Snake King, then there was something to be done. When he saw Wu Quishan rise into the air, the master of Sky Gate City laughed and said, "Snake King, ha ha ha. It's been so many years since we last met, but this king still hasn't forgotten the look of despair and anger in your eyes. Snake King, do you still remember your daughter?" Bang! He was reduced to a bloody pulp. Ha ha ha. What a cute kid. Bastard. Lu Fengru roared in anger. Wu Quishan held her down and growled. Fengru. Lu Fengru's eyes were bloodshot, and the veins on her hands were visible. 11 years. For the past 11 years, her only thought was to kill that bastard. At that moment, when she heard the Sky Gate City Lord use her daughter's death to provoke them, Lu Fengru went a little crazy. The difference in strength between high-ranked martial artists was not huge. Life and death were often decided in an instant. Lu Fengru could not control her emotions, so she was easily targeted by the opponent. This was the Sky Gate City Lord's goal. He wanted Wu Quishan to go crazy. This kind of person might be able to explode with stronger strength, but it was also easier for him to reveal his flaws. Then, he would be seized and killed. As expected, when he heard Lu Fengru's shout, the Sky Gate City Lord's smile widened. He laughed and said, "So it's Madam Snake King. What a pity. I've been waiting for you to take revenge. I didn't expect you to endure for so many years. What a pity. Otherwise, I would have sent your family back to reunite a long time ago. Your daughter is still waiting for you. Such a young child, such delicious blood. When she exploded, flesh and blood splattered everywhere. I was lucky enough to taste some of it. It was really delicious. What a pity." Wu Quishan said calmly, "You're afraid." "I'm afraid? Ha ha ha. You're afraid of death." Wu Quishan's voice was as calm as ever. "You're afraid that you're no match for me and that you'll be killed here. If you're not afraid, you don't have to do this. You're afraid because you know that I'm more talented than you. I have more prospects. If I don't die, you'll definitely die. Ha ha ha. Ridiculous, pathetic. Snake King, have you forgotten how you struggled at death's door that year? Yes, that year I was rank 7 and you were rank 9. Now, I'm rank 9 and you're still rank 9. You're afraid. You're afraid from the bottom of your bones. Ridiculous." Wu Quishan did not reply. Only the Sky Gate City Lord knew how to attack the heart. While the two of them were talking, a long line of armored troops came out of Sky Gate City's east-south and west gates. "Snake King, how about a game?" The Sky Gate City Lord continued to laugh. He laughed heartily and said, "Don't you want revenge? I pity you. I'm afraid that you'll be lonely on the road after you die. Why don't we add some fun to this revenge battle? I'll send your disciples first and wait for you. How about that?" Wu Quishan said nothing. Ha ha ha. McMao, interesting, interesting. Are you afraid that you'll see your disciples, your daughter, die in front of you like you did back then? Since you've invited the true king, I'll give you a chance for revenge. Do you dare?" Wu Quishan said slowly, If you really have the guts, you and I can fight to the death. Why send others to their deaths? Why provoke me? The Skygate City Lord said lightly, I can kill you with more power. Why not make it easier? You have fewer people and are weak. That's because you're weak. What right do the weak have to ask for fairness? Having said that, the Skygate City Lord laughed again. The weak are born to serve the strong. Since you know that you're weak and still dare to provoke us, your deaths are not to be regretted. At this moment, Fang Ping shouted, Old dog! No matter how many pieces of trash there are, there's still trash. Which battle didn't make you tremble in fear? If you're not afraid, why do you have to run away from the forbidden zone like a dog? Insolence! On Skygate City's side, the Skygate City Lord did not speak. A rank, 7 martial artists' eyes glowed fiercely as he said coldly, Resurrected martial artists are always so reckless. In the catacombs, when a rank 9 spoke, the weak would not speak. Resurrected martial artists were still as ignorant as ever. Fang Ping sneered. Trash! If you dare to fight, I'll tear you apart with one hand. Try me then. Idiot! Fang Ping sneered and glanced at the army gathered outside Skygate City. More than 50,000 people. There were even a large number of civilians. The catacombs' powerhouses did not treat the weak as human beings. In this battle between martial artists, the other side had close to 10,000 martial artists, mixed with tens of thousands of civilians. If these people were not courting death, then what was? The densely packed heads could be seen clearly from tens of miles away. Both sides were conversing in the air. Beside them, Chen Yaoding said softly, Skygate City wants to start a battle between middle and low ranks to dampen our spirits. Why not start a battle between high ranks directly? In a battle between middle and low ranks, no matter how many Skygate City casualties there were, with the Skygate City Lord's personality, he would not be swayed. However, if MCMAU suffered heavy losses, everyone would probably be affected. War was not a one-sided slaughter. From the moment the Skygate City Lord opened his mouth, he had been suppressing MCMAU. Wu Quishan fell silent. On the other side, there were more than 10,000 martial artists. On MCMAU's side, there were only a few thousand, only half the number of martial artists on the other side. Moreover, there were tens of thousands of civilians. Even if they killed them, many of them would be tired of killing. At this moment, the Skygate City Lord laughed again from afar. Don't you dare? If that's the case, then I'll be very disappointed. If you and I fight, I won't avoid these people. If you're willing to let me watch a big show, then the high-ranked martial artists will have their own battlefield. Wu Quishan frowned. Fang Ping's gaze was cold. The other side did not care about the deaths of the middle and low ranks on their side. During the battle, if they did not avoid these people, it would easily cause a large number of casualties. Fang Ping took a deep breath and said in a low voice, Vice Chancellor, agree to him. Since he wants to watch a big show, satisfy him. Wu Quishan glanced at him. Fang Ping's mentality moved slightly, but he concealed his aura. Later, if the middle and low ranks really fight first, I'll use mentality to kill the enemy secretly. I don't think he'll be able to find out. As soon as he said this, Wu Quishan's gaze flickered. If everyone in Skygate City died, the Skygate City Lord might not care because he was going to leave. But someone would care. No, there were monsters that would care. To the Skygate tree. Skygate City was not the Skygate City Lord's territory, but those martial artists were its people. This time, the Skygate City Lord would leave, but it would not. It still had to walk its own path. If there were heavy casualties, the Skygate tree might be affected. Thinking of this, Wu Quishan said lightly, Since you want to watch a show, then I'll satisfy you. You're a stray dog. You won't care about these people's deaths, but there will always be people who won't leave. I'd like to see if you really don't care." As soon as he said this, although they were far away and could not see the change in the Skygate City Lord's expression, it was likely that some of the martial artists who would not leave would not feel good. The Skygate City Lord was not moved. His expression did not change. He smiled and said, "Since you have no objections, then let's watch a show together. Each side will send a rank 7 to supervise. Some bastards like to bully the weak. Ha ha ha. That's exactly what I want." In a few words, both sides had confirmed everything. Fong Ping snorted softly in his heart. "If you want to die, then I'll fulfill your wish." Initially, he was worried that there would be many casualties among the middle-ranked and low-ranked martial artists on his side when a war broke out. Now, the other party wanted to start a battle between middle-ranked and low-ranked martial artists alone, but the high-ranked martial artists did not join in. Fong Ping felt that the other party was really looking for death. "Later, I'll secretly kill your mentality-vitality fusion and those rank SIXS. I'll see how you guys die." Everyone stopped talking and landed on the ground. Wu Quishan looked at Luo Yichuan and the rest, saying solemnly, "There are many martial artists in Skygate City. Everyone must be careful. Dean Luo, General Du, the few of you must kill those mentality-vitality fusion martial artists. If we let them rush into our camp, then we'll be in danger. The reason why we agreed to it is also because it's beneficial for us." Fong Ping continued, "Later, I'll secretly use my mentality to guide you guys and find out where the other party's powerhouses are. Remember, quickly surround and kill their powerhouses. Don't be too far away from me." Luo Yichuan wanted to say something but stopped. Fong Ping pressed his hand and said, "Don't worry, we won't be discovered. Also, pills must be used when it's time to be used. Don't be frugal. Vice Chancellor Huang, give each rank 6 martial artists an extra piece. Also, don't show any abnormalities. If they're playing this game with me, kill them." The Skygate City Lord had a good plan. He knew that human martial artists were closer to each other than the catacombs' martial artists. Everyone knew what he was thinking by deliberately starting a battle between middle-ranked and low-ranked martial artists in advance. However, if they really thought that they could do anything with numbers, then they were thinking too much. After Fong Ping finished speaking, he looked at the Li Hansong duo and said, "Both of you kill more. Both of you don't separate. Stay together. I'll guide you. When you attack, I'll think of a way to suppress the other party secretly. You must kill them instantly." "Okay." Both of them looked solemn. Fong Ping looked at the others again and said loudly, "Skygate City is unwilling to give us time to familiarize ourselves with the terrain. Although everyone has just entered, the battle has already begun. I wish everyone victory and kill until they're terrified. They won't dare to be enemies with us humans anymore. Kill." An earth-shattering roar was heard, vitality soaring to the sky. "Everyone, take care." Fong Ping did not say much. As for the assignment of tasks and the arrangement of the team, he did not need to worry about these. These days, the military department and MCMAU instructors were guiding them. Everyone knew what to do. As for the terrain of the Jiao's forest, Fong Ping had also made a topographic map. Everyone was familiar with it. Arrangements had also been made for who should go where and where to guard. After a while, Wu Quishan and the others rose into the air and exited the Jiao's forest. As for Fong Ping, he also rose into the air and looked in the direction of Skygate City. He sneered and said, "That piece of trash from earlier, come here. Don't worry, I won't kill you. I'll let you see with your own eyes how useless you bunch of trash are and how badly you'll die." King, the rank 7, who had berated Fong Ping earlier, looked at the Skygate City Lord with a fierce expression. The Skygate City Lord nodded slightly and said lightly, "You go. I don't think they'll dare to attack you." As soon as he attacked, the battle between high-ranked martial artists erupted instantly. The middle and low-ranked martial artists in the Jiao's forest might not be completely annihilated, but more than half of them would be dead or injured. Just as Wu Kuishan had said, the Skygate City Lord really did not care about these people's deaths. Of course, he would not do it unless it was absolutely necessary. Otherwise, if the Skygate tree was enraged and the Snake King did not fight back, then it would be troublesome. As soon as he said that, the rank 7 commander-in-chief wasted no time. He rose into the air and flew toward Fang Ping quickly. Before he could reach Fang Ping's vitality force erupted and suppressed the other party in an instant. With a cold expression, he sneered, "Trash indeed." Humph! The other party let out a cold snort. Energy erupted. Both sides faced each other, murderous intent boiling. The distance between them was close to 1,000 meters. If they were to fight, it would only take a blink of an eye. At this moment, in the direction of Skygate City, a powerhouse bellowed, "Kill all the resurrected martial artists. The king will reward you handsomely. Enter the forest." Following this bellow, tens of thousands of troops advanced layer by layer. They did not disperse, but flattened the trees directly. At this moment, a roar came from afar. Fang Ping was secretly delighted. Well done! That roar came from the Jiao. The fellow did not run far. Right now, it was with the messenger monster from 100 Beasts Forest. Seeing the Skygate City troops destroying the trees it planted, the Jiao was furious. It had painstakingly planted those trees. Just the energy alone had been consumed. How dare these bastards flatten its big trees? This angry roar made the faces of many Skygate City powerhouses change. The Skygate City Lord's expression turned ugly instantly. The golden-horned Beast King had actually launched an attack at this time. He was extremely dissatisfied, but the golden-horned Beast King had already withdrawn from the battle. There was no need to let these 3 monsters join the battle just for a few trees. Thinking of this, the Skygate City Lord gave a look to someone beside him. Soon, a martial artist came out of the city to report. After a while, the Skygate City military martial artists stopped bulldozing the trees. Compared to the golden-horned Beast King's participation, even if they did not bulldoze the trees, they still had a great advantage. With the trees as cover, the army's formation was destroyed. Soon, these martial artists began to disperse. Fang Ping flew around in the air. Not far away, the rank 7 martial artist's face was livid. He said coldly, "Do you want all of them to die?" Fang Ping sneered and said playfully, "You people are all pretentious. Who knows if there are high-ranked martial artists hiding among you? I'm willing to investigate, but you're not. Why don't we have a round first, as an appetizer? You won't live long." The other party's face was also cold. The king wanted to attack the Snake King's morale, make the other party furious, and reveal an opening. He was determined to kill the Snake King. Otherwise, there was no need for him to put up with all this. In the past, who would dare to speak to a mere middle-stage commander like this? He was an upper-stage commander powerhouse. The other party looked strong, but that was all there was to it. Naturally, Fang Ping could not be bothered with him. If it were not for killing more people, he would have crushed this guy right now. A mere upper-stage rank, 7. He had killed 2 rank, 6. A war between martial artists erupted at will. Tens of thousands of people entered the Jiao's forest. On MCMAU's side, there were also thousands of people. Soon, someone encountered them. Kill. The sound of killing rang out instantly. Below, the fastest one was none other than Qin Fengqing. At this moment, Qin Fengqing's eyes were cold and sharp, holding a Changdao. When he encountered a team of more than 30 people, Qin Fengqin charged in instantly. Everyone else fought as a team, but Qin Fengqin chose to act alone. Dad, old man, although I can't kill those high ranks to avenge you. But don't worry this time. I will definitely kill this group of bastards and avenge you. Qin Fengqin, who was smiling cheekily in front of others, was now feeling emotional. He did not care if he would be injured at all. He charged into the crowd, waved his saber, and killed, not saying a word, not caring if he was injured. Poof! The sound of a Changdao piercing bones was heard. As for the merit and promotion that Fang Ping had promised earlier, he had forgotten all about it. At this moment, there was only one thought. Kill. Kill this group of bastards. He lost his father when he was young. His mother bathed her face in tears all day long. From the day the old vice-chancellor returned his father's ashes, he swore that he would take revenge. He did not know who killed his father, but the thought of revenge had never been forgotten. The hatred of his father's killer was irreconcilable until the moment he entered the catacombs, until the moment he found out that his father had died in the Battle of Skygate City. He swore that one day he would kill this group of people. Today was his chance to take revenge. Poof! Heads fell. Qin Fengqin only pursued killing efficiency. This time, he did not loot the corpses, nor did he linger. In an instant, he killed this team of more than 10 people. The rank 5 martial artist leader could not even withstand a single blow. After killing this group of people, Qin Fengqin sprinted in the direction of the battle cries. Midair, Fang Ping noticed Qin Fengqin. Seeing him bathed in blood and killing people like flies, Fang Ping sighed softly in his heart. Martial artists all had their own stories. At this moment, more and more people were coming into contact with each other. The battle cries were also getting louder. In the deadlock area of the battlefield, Chen Yunxi took the lead. As the president of the Martial Arts Society, she led more than 10 middle-ranked students and quickly encountered their opponents. Kill. Chen Yunxi, who blushed easily in front of Fang Ping, had a murderous aura at this moment. Once her longsword was drawn, she would not return until it was stained with blood. Her long hair was soon dyed blood red. The splattering blood dyed her clothes red. On the other side, Zhao Xuemei smashed her opponent's head with her staff. She did not even look and rushed to the other side, her expression as cold as water. Beside her, Fu Changdring growled. His spear was like a dragon, piercing the enemy's throat. Everyone was bathed in blood and killing. On the first day of entering the catacombs, a great war broke out. No one was given time to prepare. Entering the catacombs was the beginning of a great war. Please remember this book's original domain name. 9 Heavens Divine Emperor Mobile Version. Chapter 617. Golden Keyboard. Although Ying Ying has been a little dispirited recently, he still managed to update more than 18,000 words per day this month. Brothers, please support him. Please, Golden Keyboard. I repeat once more, I can't help it. Global Martial Arts, shamelessly asking for help currently typing. Please wait for a moment. After the content has been updated, please refresh the page to receive the latest update. Chapter 618. I don't know what's going on, but I haven't posted anything in the group. I haven't done anything, but I keep getting reported and reported. Coincidentally, Tung Sun has been investigating these days, and I'm really unlucky. While I'm writing, a lot of book friends PM me. Why did you disband the group? I really didn't. I'm about to cry too. I continue to write, and the administrators are dealing with it. Brothers, don't be impatient. Global Martial Arts is so angry that I want to vomit blood. Let me explain the second chapter of the day. Currently typing, please wait a moment. after the content has been updated. Please refresh the page to receive the latest update. Chapter 619. Brother. A sorrowful howl came from the forest. A young man who still had a childish look on his face suddenly let out a sorrowful roar. Like a wild beast that had gone berserk, he held his saber and quickly rushed toward a battlefield not far away. There, a young man's head had been pierced. Before he died, he waved at his younger brother behind him. "Don't come. Brother Zhao, retreat." Someone shouted angrily. In the midst of a great battle, how could he lose focus? Tears fell from the young man's eyes. He gritted his teeth and turned to kill in another direction. His brother was a rank 4 martial artist, but he was easily killed. He, who had just entered rank 3, would only be sending himself to his death if he went. Just as Zhao He left, a sword light exploded at the place where he had just left. One of the armored martial artists who had just killed the youth snorted lightly. Right after Xiao Chen snorted, Wang Jinyang, who was not far away, raised his bow and fired an arrow. The scarlet arrow pierced through several people. The armored cultivator, who just killed the youth, had his head explode. Li Hansong's body shone with golden light as he shouted, "Retreat! Leave this place to us." As soon as he finished speaking, Li Hansong punched out, and dozens of people in front of him exploded into minced meat. "A bunch of trash! Come kill us!" Li Hansong leaped into the air and roared, "MCMAU instructor Li Hansong is here. Do you dare to fight, Skygate dog?" Rumble! Just as he rose into the air, a series of metal crossbow bolts shot toward him. Rumble! The crossbow bolt exploded on Li Hansong's body, emitting a crisp metallic sound. Trash is trash. Li Hansong's chi and blood soared to the sky. His iron fist blasted towards the direction where the crossbow bolt had come from. They were the archers of Skygate City. In the catacombs, only middle-ranked powerhouses could form a crossbow army like this. They were equipped with energy or vitality to cause the greatest damage. At the side, Wang Jinyang did not soar into the air. If he did so, he might be attacked by hundreds or thousands of cultivators. Li Hansong's defense was strong, so he could block them. However, he might not be able to block the attacks of countless martial artists. However, Wang Jinyang wasn't completely motionless. He let out a low roar and shot out a series of blood arrows. In the distance, miserable screams rang out incessantly. In the next moment, a few figures dashed out from the sky and attacked the two of them. "Damn, I've been waiting for you. If I had known this would happen, I wouldn't have bothered looking for this toy." Li Hansong was not surprised. Instead, he was delighted. Previously, he and Lao Wang had been looking for Tianmen City to combine their essence and blood to fight. However, the Jiao's forest was huge, and it was not that easy to find. Now, the other party had delivered himself to his doorstep. There were many ambushers, but not all of them were at the essence and blood fusion realm. However, at this moment, 3 mentality, vitality, unity, and 5 rank 6 powerhouses had arrived. The 8 of them attacked from all directions at the same time. On the battlefield, someone like Li Hansong, who dared to fly into the air and expose his whereabouts, was the biggest target of the enemy. While these people attacked, the crossbow bolts did not stop at all. The sounds of metal exploding rang out one after another. In the next moment, there was even the sound of an energy cannon exploding, and a powerful energy beam shot straight at Li Hansong. Buzz! Wang Jinyang had also been searching for the location of this large weapon. Now that he had found his target, he did not hesitate to shoot out a pillar of blood. In the blink of an eye, an incomparably thick vitality arrow shot out from the longbow toward the direction where the energy cannon had just been fired. Wherever the blood arrow passed, the trees would explode, creating a path. The speed was so fast that it couldn't be any faster. In the next moment, the blood arrow fell. Rumble! A deafening explosion rang out. The energy cannon exploded. A large weapon like this needed to be filled with a large amount of energy stones. At this moment, even the energy stone cannon had been triggered and exploded. Originally, the energy stones were relatively stable. It was difficult for vitality force to detonate them. Usually, mentality had to be used. However, Wang Jinyang's arrow earlier was filled with celestiality. At the mentality, vitality, unity realm, he could already convert celestiality. In midair, Li Hansong had also fought with the ambushers. Kill! Li Hansong's golden bone force erupted, blowing up a rank 6 with one punch. At this moment, he was like a Vajra war god, laughing maniacally. All of you come. No matter how many trash there are, there's still trash. In the forest, a powerhouse shouted in the catacombs language, hold him back. Tiger and leopard army, kill the enemy. Wolf army, surround and kill them. In the forest, countless martial artists leaped into the air. Under the leadership of more than 10 rank 6 powerhouses, they attacked quickly. Not only Li Hansong, but Wang Jinyang was also targeted. Skygate City had 3 armies, Tiger, Leopard, and Wolf Army. These were the armies led by the 3 rank 8s in the past. Other than these 3 armies, Skygate City's strongest army was the Imperial Guards. They were personally led by the Lord of Skygate City. However, in the previous few battles, the 3 armies had suffered heavy losses. Their numbers were less than half. Even so, at this moment, the entire Wolf Army was mobilized. More than 1,000 martial artists surrounded Li Hansong and the rest. The pressure on both of them increased dramatically. At this moment, in the forest, Qin Fengqing rose into the air, laughing maniacally. Rank 6 is mine. As soon as he finished speaking, Qin Fengqing shot out, slashing with his saber. In front, more than 10 rank 4 martial artists who rose into the air using the flight step were killed instantly. In the forest, Du Hong growled, pass the order. Leave the encirclement and kill the enemy. Leave the wolf army to them. General, trust them. Du Hong growled. Li Hansong and the rest had revealed their strength and their whereabouts to reduce the pressure on the people of MCMAU and lure away a large number of powerhouses. At this moment, the overall situation was the most important. Killing the enemy was the most important. Under Du Hong's order, a large number of martial artists gritted their teeth and quickly killed in all directions. At the same time, Luo Yichuan and the rest did not participate in the battle here. They quickly killed in all directions. Li Hansong and the rest had lured away a large number of rank 6 powerhouses. This was everyone's chance. In midair, Li Hansong, Wang Jinyang, and Qin Fengqing were killing in all directions. However, there were too many people. Qin Fengqing, who had the weakest ability, was quickly hit by a peak rank 6 martial artist. He spat blood, but he was still laughing maniacally. He roared, 3 rank SS. He had killed 3 same-rank powerhouses. Baldy, let's go. Li Hansong killed a rank 5 with one punch and roared at Qin Fengqing. At this moment, there were close to 1,000 martial artists surrounding them. There were already 5 people at Mentality, Vitality, Unity. Skygate City turned out in full force. The surrounding cities and towns' powerhouses were all conscripted into the army. The powerhouses of the families and sects in the city were also forcibly conscripted. The Battle of the City. This also caused the other party to have more Mentality, Vitality, Unity powerhouses than expected. Qin Fengqing's ability was the weakest. If he did not leave now, he would not be able to. Why are you leaving? Kill. Qin Fengqing roared, turned around, and ran backward. He did not leave, but killed his way into the martial artist army formation. He did not care about the peak rank, 6, who was chasing him from behind. On the other side, Wang Jinyong threw away his alloy longbow. In an instant, the celestial bridge appeared in the shape of a bow. The blood arrow condensed again and shot out violently. An arrow pierced through the air, shooting the peak rank, 6, who was chasing Qin Fengqing. In the air, Fang Ping's expression did not change. Even though he saw many MCMAU instructors and students dying on the spot, he was still unmoved. Not far away, the upper stage rank 7 martial artists' expression was extremely cold. Fang Ping said mildly, "You're all trash indeed. The battle losses are 100 times more than ours. More than 1,000 martial artists can't even kill 3 people. Ridiculous. You're asking for it. Trash. Do you dare to make a move? You're just a dog. Do you know what a dog is? Without the permission of your dog king, do you dare to make a move?" Fang Ping sneered and said playfully, "So what if you guys are high ranks? Does your dog king care about your lives? He's leaving. If he leaves, how many people can he take with him? Since he can't take them with him, instead of leaving them for the next city lord, he might as well destroy them. Selfish. This is the catacombs. This is the catacombs, powerhouses." The chieftain in the distance had a cold expression on his face. A murderous glint flickered in his eyes as he stared at Fang Ping, as if he was about to make a move in the next second. Fang Ping ignored him and stopped looking at him. The battle below was getting more and more intense. Corpses were everywhere. Although Skygate City had countless casualties, MCMU had also started to suffer casualties. Fang Ping's eyes were cold. Although he could conceal his aura, once he did so, his aura would also be restrained. He could not isolate his mentality alone. Until now, Fang Ping still had not made a move. However, it was not that Fang Ping had no other way. In the next moment, Fang Ping took out some vitality pills and started taking them. The rank, 7 in the distance, was dumbfounded. Why was this guy taking pills for no reason? Fang Ping could not be bothered with him. He ate a large number of vitality pills like eating jelly beans. In reality, he did not take any pills. He did not convert the vitality force in these pills at all. All of it was forced out of his body. When his body was filled with a large amount of vitality force, Fang Ping quietly restrained his aura. At the same time, among the martial artists who were besieging Qin Fengqing and the rest, a vitality and vitality unity powerhouse appeared stunned for a moment. This moment was so fast that the others did not feel it at all. Wang Jinyang and Li Hansong, on the other hand, were long prepared. The moment Fang Ping made his move, his mentality brushed past both of them. Without thinking, both of them attacked together. Rumble! Celestiality exploded. A vitality and vitality unity powerhouse. Under the situation where both of them attacked at the same time, stagnated for a moment, this was fatal. Bang! The sound of an explosion was heard. On the battlefield, half an hour after the battle started, the first vitality and vitality unity powerhouse had fallen. This was just the beginning. Both Wang Jinyang and Li Hansong possessed extremely strong abilities. At this moment, with Fang Ping's secret assistance, they unleashed their strongest abilities. Under the two of them's combined forces, the moment the first vitality and vitality unity powerhouse died, they attacked again. Wang Jinyang put away his bow and drew his saber. Li Hansong's golden iron fist exploded. Rumble! Countless trees exploded. Some of the rank, 4 and 5 martial artists surrounding them were also blown up by the aftermath. The second vitality and vitality unity powerhouse who was hit head-on by both of them died instantly. Damn it! in the air. The rank 7 chieftain was furious. His eyes revealed a murderous glint as he glanced at both Wang Jinyang and Li Hansong. These two were too strong. However strong they were, they could not kill the same rank in one move. Now, with both of them joining forces, in a mere second, they killed 2 potential chieftains. At this moment, this chieftain powerhouse's heart was bleeding. Skygate City, Battle of the City, there were no more than 10 potential chieftains. In this short moment, 2 people died. At this moment, Fang Ping threw a few vitality pills over, smiling faintly. Watch the show, watch the big show. We humans like to take something while watching the show. Let's try it together. Bastard! This chieftain used his mentality to shatter the vitality pills directly. The murderous glint in his eyes could no longer be concealed. Fang Ping sneered, not continuing to provoke him. There was no need to provoke a battle between high ranks now. Once the high-rank powerhouses started a battle, they would not be able to participate in the battle between the middle and low ranks. Now that he was a high rank, it was a good thing and an opportunity for him to secretly assist MCMAU. He would delay the time first. The more he killed, the better. Fang Ping began to stroll around. From time to time, he would secretly use his mentality to help everyone kill the enemies. However, Fang Ping did not do it often. If he did it too often, he would be discovered sooner or later. In the forest, Chen Yunqi pierced her opponent's throat with a sword. Her own chest was also pierced, but the long sword did not pierce into her body. Chen Yunqi touched her chest lightly. She lifted her head to look at Fang Ping, who was hovering in the air, a hint of a smile in her eyes. The rank 9 inner armor that Fang Ping gave her saved her life again. Go help the others. Chen Yunqi did not stop. She shouted softly and led the people around her toward the battlefield, where Zhao Xuemei and the others were not far away. When she arrived, Zhao Xuemei was already heavily injured. She was bathed in blood, but her expression was as cold as ever. Xuemei, I'm fine. Kill them. Zhao Xuemei growled. Chen Yunqi roared angrily and started fighting with this team of martial artists that consisted of dozens of people. A golden energy crystal appeared in the heavily injured Zhao Xuemei's hand. She lifted her head to look at Fang Ping in the air. Her eyes dimmed. After a while, she kept the energy crystal and continued to fight with the blood-colored staff in her hand. Xuemei, heal. Wait a little longer. Zhao Xuemei's face was pale. She growled and smashed the head of a rank 4 martial artist with one blow. She was also slashed in the shoulder by a saber. Blood spurted out. Only then did Zhao Xuemei absorb the imperishable substance in the energy crystal. Her injuries healed in the blink of an eye. In the next moment, Zhao Xuemei returned to her peak state. She roared and swept her staff in all directions. A large group of people were swept until their torsos were broken. Yunqi, let's see who can kill more. Zhao Xuemei growled. She did not linger here and immediately rushed toward another direction. Chen Yunqi saw that she had left and did not say much. When they first entered the school, she, Zhao Xuemei, and young Xiaoman were very close. However, as their abilities improved and everyone grew, the number of times they met decreased. The time they had to talk also decreased. Everyone was no longer as uninhibited as before, talking about everything openly. Zhao Xuemei had been in the catacombs for the past year. With her once honed talent, she had cultivated to upper stage rank 4. Everyone knew how much she had sacrificed and how much blood she had shed to achieve such perseverance. Although Chen Yunqi was usually reluctant to compete, at this moment she did not hesitate. She said in a clear voice, "Let's compete then." Let's see who can kill more. As soon as she finished speaking, her long sword exploded with a blinding light. Blood spurted out of her mouth. It was not the long sword that cut the enemy, but the blood arrow that pierced the enemy's head. She knew the blood arrow method too. Instructor! Further away, Zhang Yu's tears flowed down his cheeks. He roared, "Kill! Kill these bastards!" Just a second ago, his instructor was killed by the enemy. Zhang Yu's instructor was not very strong. He was upper stage rank, 5. Today, Zhang Yu was also middle stage rank, 5. Compared to Fang Ping, Fu Chongding, and the others, his instructor was not even rank 6. Even though he had become an instructor in MCMEU, Zhang Yu had never neglected his instructor. He had always been respectful. That kind old man was also full of expectations for him. Even if MCMAU had produced a lot of monsters in the old man's eyes, he was still the most outstanding. Now his instructor was gone. Zhang Yu, who had always been kind, let out a beast-like roar at this moment. He directly cut a rank 5 martial artist in half. "Kill with me," Zhang Yu roared. His face was covered in blood. He took the lead, leading more than 10 rank 4 instructors and fighting a team of 100 people. Some died in battle. Some were injured. However, everyone fought crazily, killing until their hands were tired. After a few minutes, other than Zhang Yu and the remaining 7 or 8 instructors, the rest were all corpses. Not a loss. Dying in the catacombs is a martial artist's honor. "Instructor, your student has avenged you." Zhang Yu's face was covered in tears. His tears mixed with the blood on his face, turning into bloody tears that rolled down his face. A martial artist dying in the catacombs was the highest honor, but his instructor was dead. The Jiao's forest had completely turned into a slaughterhouse. In the air, Fang Ping's eyes glistened with tears. Was he not ruthless enough? Did he not want to be a leader? Was it not expected that some people would die in battle? Did he not say that he wanted everyone to experience the baptism of blood and fire? But why did he feel terrible in his heart? As a leader, in order to win, was it not normal to sacrifice some people, killing the enemy 100 times? So what if there were a few casualties? It was a great victory, but that was a familiar instructor and a familiar classmate. Zhang Longjiang was dead. This instructor who had just entered rank 6 had died in battle. Fang Ping was too far away and could not save him in time. When he first entered the catacombs, it was this instructor and Tang Feng who led the team together. At that time, Zhang Longjiang was still rank 5. Now he had entered rank 6. Fang Ping still remembered that he had congratulated him a few days ago. But now, before he could even use the imperishable energy crystals, he was killed on the spot by a powerhouse at the Mentality Vitality Unity realm. Jin Lei was dead. This classmate who had participated in MCMAU's first championship with Fang Ping, who had just entered rank for a few days ago, brought along a middle stage rank 4 martial artist and went on the road together. He was only 20 years old. There were many people who had died. A weak roar came from Fang Ping's mouth. His eyes were fierce as he looked at the person not far away. This was war. If the catacombs were not fair, the war would not stop. Generations of martial artists, day after day, year after year, fought and bled on this land, dying in battle, waiting for their compatriots to quell the disaster. They waited for years and years. One day, I will kill all of you bastards. Fang Ping did not care about the past, about the ancient martial arts era. He only knew that in the past 100 years, it was the catacombs that had been waging war against humans. He only knew that one by one, the Paragon guarded the imperial sea mountain for thousands of miles, sleepless day and night. He only knew that in modern times, tens of thousands of martial artists died in the catacombs every year. How many years had it been? How many martial artists had died in the 100-Year War? How many soldiers had died? In the past 100 years, millions of martial artists had died in battle on this strange land. Millions of soldiers were buried in foreign lands, never to return to the human world. Kill them all. Fong Ping suddenly roared. His voice was like a great bell, traveling dozens of miles. In the air, the commander-in-chief's eyes were cold and fierce. He said fiercely, "You want to start a war between high ranks now. So what if I am?" Fong Ping's eyes were cold and fierce. He looked straight in the direction of Skygate City and shouted, "Old dog! If you dare to attack MCMAU martial artists who are below high ranks, then don't blame me for going to Imperial Sea Mountain and asking the Paragon to kill you. Do you really think you can scare me? I don't believe that a cowardly old dog like you dares to gamble." In the distance, the Lord of Skygate City's eyes were dark. "Paragon, true king." Before he could speak, Fong Ping shouted again, "But if you insist on sending everyone in Skygate City to their deaths, then I will satisfy you. For one human death, your Skygate City will lose 100 people. If you don't care, then kill. Everyone in MCMAU, listen up. Leave no one alive. Leave no one alive. Kill them all. Kill." Among the crowd, some rank 6 powerhouses leaped into the air one after another, roaring. Du Hong shouted, "Kill them all. Leave no one alive. Kill." Roars after roars were heard. The sound of killing shook the sky. Fong Ping looked at the commander-in-chief behind him and snorted coldly. "Do you really think I'm afraid of you high ranks attacking? Try killing one of them if you dare." As soon as Fong Ping finished speaking, he leaped into the air, turned around, and left. On the spot, the commander-in-chief's expression changed. Would the king really dare to attack these people? Perhaps he would not dare. Then forcing MCMAU to start a war between the middle and low ranks would probably not meet the king's expectations. Looking at the corpses strewn all over the ground below, the ground dyed red. No matter how strict the hierarchy was, seeing tens of thousands of people dead here, the commander-in-chief still had mixed feelings. The king was leaving. If he left, then he would not care about the survival of Monsterwood City's people. However, they would not leave. They would migrate to the new city. Now, a large number of elite people had died here. From now on, could Monsterwood City still have a foothold in 7 Southern Territory? King, do you really not care at all? At this moment, the commander-in-chief turned his head to look at Royal City. Wood King was as cold and arrogant as ever. Tens of thousands of troops had gone to war. How long had it been? Tens of thousands of people had died in battle. A large number of ordinary people were being massacred. Was the king still not going to announce a stop? Would he stop only when they were all killed? In order to attack the Snake King, was the king no longer concerned about anyone's life and death? "King," the commander-in-chief murmured softly. Suddenly, he looked at Fong Ping, who had gone far away, a complicated look flashing across his eyes. Did the resurrected martial artist have more emotions than them? He saw that person crying just now. You're tuning in to the Mystic Fist YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.